Welcome back, everybody, to your favorite wrestling podcast. It is the Monday Night Wave. Your basic show where we go over, our weekly recaps, the love of wrestling, and a little bit of hip hop in between. I go by Jay. I'm your host, co-host of this. Music producer about 14 years, avid wrestling fan. And right now, I'm going to pass it off behind the back, alley loop lob to my co-host Hero. Take it away.
Welcome, everybody, to the Monday Night Wave, where we not only bump beats, but we talk about bumping meats. It's the King of Gorgeous, the wild card, your mother's favorite heel. It's Hero. And, Lone
I
Osprey.
hate it. I hate it.
Oh, man, it took me 5 minutes to make that joke. Lone Osprey, I have a question for you, bruv.
What up, bruv?
What you want to part about? Wait. Actually, that made me have a question, real quick, before we get to the topic. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been to the UK? And would you ever go?
I would definitely go. I would want to go. One of my little brother's friends was out there, and he loved it, so I definitely want to go out.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like I would like to go see the Foggy Apple. But also at the same time, it's kind of backwards there. You know, it's like fries are called chips. Chips are called crisp. You know, it's like where does the madness stop? Next, there'll be monkeys driving Ubers, cats and dogs sharing mortgages, guns for your feet. Next thing you know, there'll be a black man as president and wearing a tan suit causing mass hysteria. If I may satirically quote a racist real quick.
Wait,
that doesn't work for me, brother. But no, actually, I would like to go to the UK at some point. I want to hit Spain and Japan first, though. But no. But yeah, let's get into it.
Japan would be dope. Japan would be hella fucking dope. Tight to go to. Yeah, let's do it. So, this week's question of the week, Hero sent to me. It's called "Build Your Own Judgment Day," and in this sense, it's like we're gonna take 5 wrestlers from different promotions, one female wrestler, of course, and just build our own faction, build who we want to see in our very own and uniquely Build Your Own Judgment Day. Now, when he sent me this question, I didn't really have per se I didn't know if this was like WWE based, if this was AEW based, so I built 2 factions.
Nice.
Yeah, so let's get into it. In my WWE faction, okay, I'm going to go Bronson Reed. I need don't say it. I know you want to say it. Don't say it. Hold it. All right, man. We're gonna get a meat counter. We're gonna count as that's kind of crazy. Count meats. How many times are we gonna count the meat? All right. Anywho, Bronson Reed is on my list. Okay. One of my newly favorites, Ilya, is also on that list. So that's 1, 2. King of Chops, Gunther.
Nice.
Charlotte Flair is my woman superstar. And then in my pull from a different promotion, I'm wrapping it all around with my guy Kenny. So, okay. Kenny Omega, Bronson Reed, Ilya, Gunther, Charlotte Flair. I'm taking it.
That's a solid faction. I take it.
Now, if you want to go, I can go for my AEW one, or I can have you go with your WWE one. Yeah, no, go with yours. I'll finish my.
We'll make it a sandwich. Pause. So all right. So my first pick. I feel like it's obvious, so I'm gonna just get out of the way. He is a visionary. He is revolutionary. He is Seth freaking Rollins, and I'm gonna put him for the start. He's gonna be. Yeah, for the start, he's going to be my top card guy. All right. Okay. So then my second, I'm going to choose my second favorite, and I'm going to go with, he at one point, he was the leader of a Bullet Club. He's a prince. He's also a demon. I'm going with Finn Balor. Gotta have it. Yeah, Win Balor. With my ladies' talent, I'm going to go with Kana Chan herself. I'm going the Empress of Tomorrow. I'm going Asuka. Yeah. So
Queen Drip.
Drip. We got some fashionistas on the team. You know what I'm saying? We got the Drip. Yeah. So speaking of fashionistas, I'm gonna get a little sexy real quick, and I'm going to choose Andrade El Idolo.
El Idolo. Andrade, man, so dope.
Yeah.
You got a lot of drip. This is a lot of highly fashionable people.
And hard hitting people too. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want people to be unconscious. Like my team is knocking you out. At some like you getting stomped in, you getting your head stomped, your chest stomped, you getting kicked. You probably get a arm bar or two. Yeah. And then for my last pick, and this is my pick from the other promotion, I need a little melanin on my team, and I also need a heavy. So I'm going with the big black and jacked Will Hobbs, baby.
Will Hobbs, yeah. Will
And
Hobbs is tight. I like
yeah,
Will Hobbs a lot.
and so my theory is you have, or my early booking would be, yeah, you have Seth as the main card, probably have Idolo go for the icy or something, and you'll have Finn and Hobbs as the tag team. You got the big dude, the short dude. It writes itself. And then I have the name of the team. So here's my little promo, or how like my little fantasy of it. Seth would start
Yeah,
off.
let's go.
Yeah, Seth would start off be like, when I first came to the WWE, I came with Dean and Roman, and we were the Hounds of Justice. We were the Shield. And after all these years, I finally realized that if you truly want to protect this business, you can't just be the Shield. You also have to be the Sword. That is who we are and what we are, and we will cut down anyone that stands in our way. And then everybody else gets to speak.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
just
that.
just a little play on it.
I like that. I like the evolution of the shield to the sword. That's fucking dope.
Thank you.
Okay, going back real quick. We know Kenny's my main guy. Charlotte's my women's. My tag team actually is Ilya and Gunther, and then I'll have Bronson as like my mid carder. I think Ilya Gunther as a tag team is just.
I mean, that's a 2-man army.
You're not winning, bro. It's not happening.
Nah.
That's a whole bunch of European.
Yeah, that's like literally like Goku and Vegeta just base like 40 random dudes. Just choose 40 random regular niggas.
Line them up. It don't matter.
Someone's getting hurt.
So from an alternate or optional, which was the AEW faction, I'm leading off with my guy Malachi Black, who just got a singles. He got a singles run. He just got a goddamn singles run. Thank you, Tony. Malachi Black, Jay White, Sheeta, because I really love Sheeta. I think Sheeta's hella fucking dope.
Sheeta's cool.
I'm gonna go with, and this was tough. I'm gonna go with Roosh, not over Penta. I had Penta here, but I'm gonna go Roosh because I think like he's a really dope superstar, and I want to see him like in more shit. And plus, Penta's already, Penta. Everybody knows who the fuck Penta is. And then for my WWE talent, Ciampa.
Nice. Okay.
I like Ciampa, and I'm thinking more so just this is more your ground and pound like faction. We're just hard hitting, hands, brutal faction. Yeah. Similar to like NXT Ciampa and his run down there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like it.
Okay. Now we're going to get into our weeklies, people. This is where we're going to go over our Monday recap of the greatest Monday night show.
We want to get into the news real quick?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, sorry about that. Haha, psych. Run it back.
Let's just start off with the side stuff real quick. We had 2 wrestlers that passed away over the last week since our last recording. Ole Anderson?
Ole Anderson.
One of the Horsemen, and then Virgil. He also passed away. So we lost.
He did.
Lost
a couple of legends. Rest in peace to the legends.
And then we didn't mention it last week, but it was kind of a big thing. AEW signs 3-time Emmy winner Jennifer Pepperman as the vice president of content development. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, from what I've seen is that she was really like heavily in like the women's division. If that's what I read, is that she's prominent in the women's division.
Yeah, she wrote a lot for Sasha specifically.
For
other people too, but
we see the connection there. Money's coming, so we know that or money is coming, so we know the connection there. But also, it's really dope to see that we are getting some more writing for the women's division. But I heard she's also going to be dipping her hand in some the men's stuff too. And I think this might work out for the best. I'm not saying AEW has to go crazy storyline. That's not what I want from them, but it would help out some of the continuity things for sure.
And cohesion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need somebody with that level of talent in there to kind of gel shit together.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, this is a TV show. So, and there are stories. For example, was it Ruby Soho dating that one dude? So they got their romance. They got all these other angles and stories, and Tony could use some help with the cohesion and the writing. I think it's a good signing. I think it's kind of funny. I mean, I believe she's still a part of an ongoing lawsuit, though, for offensively racist, stereotypical jargon.
I did see that.
But, which, I mean, that's funny in a light, but I'm not going to harp on anything. I think this is a good signing. Hopefully the stories are better. And, we'll just see what happens. And I feel like this definitely proves that big business next week or the week after is probably happening. Hopefully. I mean, if not, then Bailey definitely needs some help, but we'll get into
that later. I did see I did my research and I looked up what was going on, which the shit was fucking horrifying. So, I don't know everything about that story, so I can't speak on it yet, but I did see that the allegations that were made there was some racial jargon and shit like that. And I'm thinking also from the aspect of the VKM head and how he approves that kind of shit. So
yeah,
it's I hope that's not you, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna see what they say in AEW for sure.
After that, we have a return on NXT. Sean Spears, the chairman, he shows back up in WWE.
The Perfect 10. Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
Is he going by Sean Spears or did he go by Ty?
No,
when he came back.
When he came back, no, he's Sean Spears now.
Okay.
Or still. He's Sean Spears, and he has. I don't understand. I mean, the gimmick. There's been vignettes the last couple of weeks, and it's the three faces, and he's like a truth teller. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna let it play out and see what that means.
Oh,
but okay. He showed up and attacked Ridge Holland, hit him in the back with a chair, and it's like, "Hey, man, the truth hurts."
So this was the promo that people thought was Okada was the three faces and won't say thought, but it was rumored that they could speculate it could be Okada.
Yeah, he was one of the people in the rumor mill. Yeah, and then Sean Spears, which I would like to say, since the full Triple H takeover and stuff, they've been really good at keeping secrets. More than the past, where you could hear besides Punk, which was kind of obvious, and Jade, which was kind of obvious, or at least super heavily hinted at. Other than that, there's been a lot of just random. They're good at surprises, and just keeping secrets. Usually, there's always spoilers and there's always a leak or something. And
I give you that.
Because I would have never expected Sean Spears. I could have sworn last time I checked, he was still in the AEW. So
that's what I thought too. But I will definitely agree with that because just thinking back to Rumble and Jordan Grace popping up, which was that shit would have been leaked in the news somehow, some way before Rumble hit, and we had no idea until she came out. Which I love that shit.
Yeah, that's another good example because the year that Mickie James did it when she was TNA Women's Champion, it was it was leaked that she was more than likely appearing in while being champion and showcase the title. But this time with Jordan, that was a complete surprise.
Complete RKO out of nowhere.
Going back to the injuries that we talked about a couple episodes ago, it seems that Piper Niven may have broken her hand. I haven't seen any news. I haven't seen any news or further updates or new updates about that, but that's something that came out over the Elimination Chamber, was that she may have a broken hand. Hopefully that's hopefully not, but
yeah, I don't want her to be injured because I do like seeing Piper. And I know she was just on the cusp of like changing the gimmick and trying to like be a little bit different.
yeah.
I know how that can really fuck up your momentum. So hopefully it's not nothing crazy. Hopefully it's a little minor. You sit back for like maybe like a month or two, and then you get right back in it.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, yeah, broken hands. I don't think they're that long compared to like other injuries. And honestly, since they were kind of already breaking her and Chelsea up, and she's getting a new gimmick, I think it would be a good idea to send her to SmackDown personally because they don't have the big strong gal. Raw has Piper and Nia and Raquel technically. They can send Piper to SmackDown, I
You
think.
can send one over.
And
Yeah,
also,
I
you
like
already have
that.
the Viking team on Raw. We don't need two different Scottish Vikings or whatever the hell it is. So,
Yeah,
um, like,
yeah,
um,
that's kind of. And I know I think she's Irish. Is that what is Piper?
I,
Is that what
no, I think she's
I mean?
Scottish.
Scottish?
I believe so.
My bad. Piper. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I definitely want her to like be present. So like I said, hopefully the injury is not like nothing serious. And we can get her back.
Mm,
Scottish. She's Scottish. Get her back in the scene.
nice. Word. AEW has a new logo that's has it came out yet or
I didn't see it yet.
okay? So yeah, it's coming out. They have a new logo design, which is nice. Just so a little not a rebranding, but just switching it up the vibe, which is cool. Nothing wrong with that. Didn't see any complaints or
Nah,
anything. It looked good. Just
I wonder if like with all the rebranding and with like apparently like they're doing really well business wise, if this like rebrand is maybe pushing or hopefully pushing to like an AEW on like Max or something like that. Like I would love to have a streaming service where you can go back and watch some of these like pay-per-views that we can't see anymore.
yeah, or just catch up on the shows without having to use YouTube. It's been rumored too that they were going to go to Max for a while now, but it just hasn't seemed to happen. It would be nice to have them on some sort of streaming platform so that you could just rewatch show like rewatching the first episode would be interesting just to see the first
It
episode
would.
compared to
The
what's going on
growth.
now, or lack thereof. No, but no, deadass. No, it would be cool. It would be cool. They need a platform, and then hopefully that can give them something better with ROH besides that one package.
Right.
Yeah,
Uh
it's fine to polish a new logo though. I don't want to speculate and say like I mean I don't. It's cool. How about that? That's it. That's my thought. It's a nice polished logo.
also, I think was it this week that they also showed or said that they expanded like their pay-per-views too, like they're trying to do or they're
Oh yeah, we could
thinking
have put
about
that.
expanding their pay-per-views.
Yeah, he's thinking about going between 9 to 12, which I am all for that. It would help with some of the cohesion and storyline stuff that we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, yeah, waiting every 3 months for a pay per view is just. It's exhaust. I don't want to say it's exhausting. It just takes forever, and I feel like it makes the stories also take forever. Where it's
Yeah.
BBC and FTR they've been feuding for what feels like forever. When MJF and Jericho feuded that one time, that felt like 4 months until their what do you call that? Not their war games, whatever it is. Their version of war games. What the hell is it?
Version of War Games.
Yeah, with this damn it, not Stadium Stampede. Not blood sport. Oh man,
Oh,
they're gonna kill us.
Blood and Guts.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
uh,
I was like, what sport? John
yeah.
Claude Van Damme.
I could not think of the name. But yeah, I
um,
feel like adding more pay per view. I mean, again, they don't like we were talking about the other episode. You don't have to copy or mimic anyone else's formula. But I do feel like a couple more pay per views, a little more consistent, would help personally.
you know what you can copy? Putting them bitches on Saturday. I'm all
Yeah.
for the Saturday shows. You go ahead. If you're gonna take anything from the E, take that. Take the Saturday pay per view. The Sunday pay per view is like, God damn, bro, I got shit to do. This is errand day.
Yeah, I feel it.
No joke. I do like the Saturday like premium live events. Like that gives you time to like digest it. You still can do shit on your Sunday, and you hop back Monday kind of fresh. But
You
yeah,
don't have
I'm
to
all
go back
for
to
the
work the next day.
expanding. Exactly.
Usually,
That's true. Usually, I am a fan of expanding like the pay-per-views. I think if you get more pay-per-views, like you said, you can develop more stories. You can also plan out more stories more to where you don't actually have to force like so many matches on the match card.
yeah,
Because you have more paper, you have another pay-per-view lined up the next month. So let's say hypothetically, if you wanted to focus on fuck, I don't know, who's a good one? Let's do like FTR and BCC is the fucking pay-per-view main event of this month, and then next month in April you finish up the Samoa Joe Swerve thing. You can space shit out a little bit to where everybody doesn't feel like their moment's being rushed, and you can also get more people inside these pay-per-views. um I was thinking about that the other day. Like AEW has a lot of fucking talent, a lot of good fucking talent, but I don't think they know how to like properly book it at times, and it needs to be spaced out. I don't like the idea of having like exclusive rosters, but it is a smart thing. That's how the business goes. So we got to figure out some kind of silver lining to where you don't actually take that from the E, but also get some people up here who need to be seen.
right. Yeah, I feel like it would help if they made for example, like when not Rampage, when Collision first came out, it was supposed to be the CM Punk show, and
Correct.
regardless of that, before he left, that show felt just as important as Dynamite. Just like how even though SmackDown majority of the time is the B show, majority of the time it still feels just as important as Raw because you have key players on that show and they're being utilized in such to where like now people don't watch Rampage as much or they don't watch Collision as much because it's just like it's hard to watch a pay-per-view or it's hard to watch a wrestling show on Saturday. Some people have lives, but also it's just just if it doesn't feel important, if it doesn't feel like I need to watch it, then yeah, I'll just check Twitter for the results. Then they need to make it feel like, oh, you need to watch the show, you got to watch the show.
Yeah, there has to be like just an umph to me watching the show. Like the one I watched last weekend was because Malachi was wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Any other time, like I feel fucked up saying it, but like for me, I don't really pay attention to Collision because it feels like it's separated from the group. I've watched Rampage, I've watched Dynamite, but for some reason, Collision just feels like it's not on the same track as the two. And I think it's because of, it was promoted as, the CM Punk show. And I have nothing against CM Punk. People don't try to spin that here. It's just like, it felt like a way to like save something or like, salvage a relationship or it's a salvage show. And in turn, without CM Punk, the direction of it went a little bit like wonky. I think if you're going to do Collision, it has to like you said, it has to mean something. We have to tie in and, maybe Swerve and Hangman's wrestling on Collision, mix up your storylines throughout all three shows.
Mm-hmm.
And not trying to like, make one unequal. Because right now, I feel like the Rampage shows haven't been as good as they were before because you have Collision,
Yeah, absolutely. This is I just thought of an idea, and it's probably stupid, but what I would do is I would mimic a draft at some point and have so that Dynamite and Collision feel like different shows, and then I would have Rampage be the middle show to where you get the intermingling between characters in different shows. So then every single show feels important because Rampage you might get Bucks, like let's say Bucks is on Dynamite and Swerve is strictly on Collision. You might get a moment where on a Rampage they fight, so it's like, okay, I want to see that because they don't usually ever interact because they're on separate shows. That would be it. At like the draft part is copying WWE, but then that if you add the other part that I just made up, then it makes
the intermingling, the mixing.
That would be completely different because WWE's. I mean, they probably never done that. They maybe have, maybe like main event or some shit, but that doesn't necessarily count. That's not a real TV show. I don't know. They just got to do something to make these shows feel important because no one wants.
Yeah,
I don't know because like Rampage is damn near the redheaded stepchild. Collision feels like it feels like a separate universe. It feels like a spinoff.
it does,
and not the good kind of spinoff. It feels like the spinoff where it's like it's in a different multiverse. It's not like a character that was on the show and they got their own show. But nah, this just feels like the what if. It feels like the what if episode or some shit.
And when we say this, people, we're not saying this as like the wrestlers and the talent are bad or like they feel like a spinoff. We just feel like the continuity of like the wrestling show itself feels like a spinoff. It's I want to say it's fuck. I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean it in like a bad way. But remember, like Velocity and like Sunday Night Heat and like fucking what was like the cruiserweight, like what was the cruiserweight show 205 Live, where they were just separate from like the group, and I don't want that to be the case. It's like Collision feels like the one that's separate from the group, but still has big major budget, so you can't really say it's like the rest because we got money over here, we got pyro and all this extra shit.
And big stars do show up there. It just still feels kind of. It feels like a C show when it's supposed to be the B show, and Rampage is kind of supposed to be the C show. I don't know.
Do you think it's the Saturday? You think Saturdays are the reason why it feels like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If Collision was on Mondays, it was Monday AEW Collision, and they will never do that. Yeah,
nah, I mean, if they do ever do that, I would wait till Raw goes to Netflix at least. Because I would never.
I like that.
I wouldn't go.
You can't go toe to toe Mondays. No, you can't do it.
That's what fucked up TNA. That's what fucked up TNA in the when they were in their peak. Hogan convinced them to go against Raw, and then their shit ended up going downhill after that.
Yeah, you can't battle the Giant, bro. They've already established themselves. However, I will say this about Raw: we got to get rid of this third hour. I don't think any wrestling show needs to be 3 hours. I don't need it, bro. 2 hour shows, perfect. 3 hour shows, it just feels a little too long for me.
I'll meet in the middle. Let's say give me 2.5.
I might be able to fuck with that, but like 3 hours is a long time, especially with like commercials and shit like that. Like, it's too much, bro.
Yeah, I would say the last 2 months have been better. I mean, it's the last couple months. Since this official takeover, I feel like both shows have been really good, and there's been a couple times where it's like, oh shit, it's been 3 hours. There's been a few times where it's like, oh man, we're at the main event. I just because the show's been good and it's been fluid and it's just been gelling. But there's been plenty of times where it feels like a damn chore, and it's like, shit, man, it's just turned 9. Like, what is going on here? and then like it sucks worse when it's someone you don't like, and it's like, oh gosh, okay,
yeah.
There's MAGA feet.
Yeah, well, this is
yelling.
What, bro?
MAGA feet. What's her
name?
Horny. Not
what
horny.
Is that?
Antler. Valhalla. Jesus.
This nigga calls Sarah Logan MAGA feet. I was like, what? What is that? Who is that? Fuck.
I just got off of work, guys. So I'm spaced out. I cannot remember people's names. All right, last news real quick.
Yeah, red cap antlers.
Yeah. Red cap antlers. Last
Make
news.
America horny again.
Man, make Michael cool. She's wearing the antlers.
She's wearing the antlers.
So last news before we get into the show. Yesterday before SmackDown, early in or mid afternoon, something like that. I don't know. I was at work. So The Rock drops a promo. Originally, it was 14 minutes. 14 minutes and some change. And then, for whatever reason, he decided to add 6 extra minutes. So it was almost a 22-minute promo. And it set the timeline ablaze. Everyone was super going up for it. Before I say anything, would you like to say what you got to say about it?
I ain't watch it. 20 minutes, bro, is a lot, especially for like a promo. It's fucking crazy. I'm not fucking with it. I saw it pop up. I was like, oh, I'm gonna come back to it. Never did.
Hey man, I feel that. I literally only watched it because DT super recommended it. And then because I wanted the cliff notes. I wanted the spark notes.
Yeah, spark noted for me.
But oh man. Okay, so all right, I'll just get out the positives real quick. So essentially he fills in some plot holes with the story, and he explains what happened from his point of view. And essentially what he's saying is that I called you. I asked you, like, I'm a businessman, you're a businessman. We were both born into this business. Let's make the biggest WrestleMania match possible. Cody said it stings, but I agree. So that's why Cody essentially gave his spot to Rock. And Rock is upset because he's like, well, some point between then and Vegas, you decided to change your mind. But it's not how you changed your mind, or it's not the fact that you changed your mind that upsets me. It's how you changed your mind, because you disrespected my family, you disrespected my ancestors. That. And then he did that fucking thing I hate where he slaps his vein, the chills, the goosebumps. Like, oh gosh. He talks about
pre-workout,
Seth, man. He talks about Seth a little bit, calls him the walking clown. He a lot of the stuff that he said, well, not a lot of the stuff, but some of the stuff that he said during the SmackDown promo, it's just a repeat, sort of, by calling Seth the walking clown emoji and a clown. Says that he's gonna slap him, and that's pretty much it. And then he makes fun of Cody's dog a couple times also, which was just random, unwarranted. But
making fun, beefing with the dog.
Yeah, he was like, because he
beefing with the dog,
bro. He takes like
your white dog.
Goofy ass dog. He calls Pharaoh a goofy ass dog like 4 times. It was really random, but dead ass. That's the second best part of the promo to me. Because it's just funny as shit. I cannot remember exactly what he said, but essentially he was like, yeah, Cody, Seth, that goofy ass dog, all those people are fans of Cody. They're they're gassing you up. Essentially, it's like, bro, the dog can't talk, man. I mean, I don't even think the dog knows what's going on. I don't know if he knows the story. So,
man.
And my favorite part though is how he ends it, where he says "fuck your story." I mean, he says "fuck your story" twice, but it's the second time he says it because he like whispers it. And he's like, "Fuck your story," and it's absolutely super hilarious. I'm gonna throw a shot real quick, and I just wish that the promo was good. I just wish he put that effort into his acting roles. Because the movies would be better.
Shot.
But so for the negative, yeah, it's absolutely too long. There's a few things that he repeats, but yeah, no, it's too long. I understand why they didn't do it on SmackDown, because the cursing wouldn't hit the same, and it was a 20-something minute. It was a 20-something minute promo, but I agree that if it's a solo promo, it should not be the same length as insert your favorite TV show. Like, it shouldn't take it shouldn't, like, you shouldn't, like, I could watch an American Dad episode that same time length.
I gotta choose between watching this promo and Attack on Titan. I'm watching Attack on Titan, bro.
Right. I mean, you gave a promo the length of a TV show with no commercials. But he did say some good shit. I just don't like, it's similar to what I was talking about with the Matt Taven promo a couple episodes ago. I just don't like how we just go up for anything. Mm-hmm. Was it good? Yes. Is it the greatest thing since fried chicken? No. It's not. It is The Rock's best promo since I've been rewatching. So I would say, yeah, it's his best promo in the last 10 years, if not longer. It was good, but it reminds me when, for example, like when Drake drops an album, Kendrick drops an album, 9 p.m. our time. you'll see a tweet at 9:10 saying it's a classic. Nigga, you didn't finish the album.
Man,
like
digest it, bro.
you just
Goodness gracious.
I feel like, yeah, and I just feel like it was out and it's just like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, yes, it's good. But honestly, if I was Cody or Seth, I would hit him with the John Cena. That's a fine speech, bro. But I'm not, you sitting here trying to drop gospel, but you're really dropping a bunch of soliloquies, and I don't got time for this. This is not drama class.
Didn't Cody respond with the text message?
Yes.
Cool story, not reading or something like that. Like,
yeah, like, I'm not gonna read all that,
bro. I'm not gonna read all that, bro.
Yeah, man. And I absolutely feel that. And to me, that was the best response. But I did. There was someone who sent a tweet to him, some random person, and he was like, "I don't know, bro. He was talking about your dog. If I was you, I would have clapped." Some shit like that. But it was a good promo. It was a good promo. I just okay. Wish the wrestling internet community would like chill. We need to chill about a lot of things.
I think it's fucking wild, but like, bro, I think we're at like a peak, like not a peak, but like a pinnacle. Like wrestling is mad popular right now. Like, yeah, super fucking popular.
It's like a new renaissance. It's good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love the fact that the eyes are on the business because, you know, I love wrestling. Of course, I want the shit to pop off. But the amount of like people who don't understand, like, you know, what heel work is and what like to separate reality from like fake is fucking crazy. And maybe they can, they just choose not to. But it's like, hey, bro, like if I see Rock at the street at fucking Starbucks, I'm not gonna be like, hey, man, fuck you. It's like, nah, bro, that's the Rock, bro. That's what he's supposed to do. His character's supposed to like make you upset. You know, I'm not going to fucking, I don't know, like, well, yeah, I'm not going up to Cody and acting weird, bro.
Well, yeah, I think, like we said, at the end of the day, it's a TV show. Like, we have to treat these people like any other actor, anything, which is why, you know, please do not stalk them at airports. Do not do weird shit.
Weird.
Don't threaten someone's life because of a match. It ain't that serious. This is a
don't
TV
follow
show.
Them home.
Don't follow them home. Don't look up their address and send them mail for no reason, unsolicited.
Weird.
Just stop being weird, you guys. It's a TV show. These are fictional characters, as Ben Affleck said. And what was that? Jay and Silent Bob. You guys got to be like, just chill, okay? And I'm gonna say this again when we talk about Naomi, because I have something to say about like people. We have to chill.
We gotta relax.
Calm down.
We gotta relax.
It's TV.
We gotta relax.
Every company has like 200 niggas working for them. Not everybody can be pushed at the same time. Not everybody can be a champion at the same time. It's fine to love your favorites. It's fine to represent your favorites. It's fine to be passionate about your favorites. I might slap somebody over Seth, but god damn it, I'm not gonna stalk somebody and I ain't gonna threaten somebody's life. Okay. See the contradiction? That's good heel work. I will slap you guys. All right.
Fucking shit, man. It's fictional, people.
Yeah,
don't mind what the fuck this nigga saying. It's fictional, okay? Don't go slap nobody. Don't slap your balls for Seth Rollins.
No,
please don't.
It is fine to be in kayfabe. Like if I was to see Rey Mysterio, I would be 100% respectful. I would ask for a picture. After I'm done, I'm like, you are a deadbeat though. The way you treated Dom wasn't right. But that's just me doing it in kayfabe. I'm not going to actually literally insult this man. Okay, it's just kayfabe stuff. It's fine to be kayfabe and be like, yeah, Rocco, you suck. But yeah, don't be disrespectful and threaten his daughter's life and shit. You guys, come on, be real, be serious.
Nah, you see, you got to do it. You got to do it smartly. You got to like, you know, see Rikishi and be like, "Can I get a pic?" Like, yeah, man. And then be like, "So, did you really do it for The Rock?" Like, you know,
yeah.
Why'd you do it for The Rock, man?
Can you do it for The Rock again? Hit your own son with the car, please.
Oh fuck, man! This is
you ready to get in a row, man?
Let's do it.
All right, so Monday Night Raw. It starts off with Tom and Nick opening the show, and he brings out Rhea, which I'm noticing that because, and I feel like I briefly said this the other day, but again, like Judgment Day Rhea specifically is a really cool ass character, and a lot of people they don't want to boo her. And I feel like now she's hanging out with Dom again. I mean, we'll see if it's consistent or not, but Dom brings in those boos, obviously. So I feel like that's why they had Tom and bring her out. Does that make sense?
I didn't peep that. That's a good analysis. I didn't peep that
because she's going to
like
fight
in this,
because she's about to fight Becky, and
and Becky's not heel.
No, Becky's not heel, and people still like her. I mean, do they like her more than Rhea? Probably not right now. But Rhea is the heel in this situation, so we got to get her booed. So I mean, Becky's probably going to get her ass whooped a lot too. But I feel like that's why they're bringing the couple back a little closer together on screen.
That's a good analysis. I didn't peep that, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Is that like after the pay-per-view win, if she would have popped solo, the crowd is going fucking ballistic. So you got to bring Dom out, get the boos up, set the tone for who's the heel in this, and then introduce Rhea with Becky.
Yeah. Rhea did say a line. Rhea says a line that I liked, and she says, "Even though I'm from the down under, mommy's always on top." And I'm like, man, you know what you're doing. You're good at your craft. The thirst traps are real. She's great at her craft. She knows what she's doing. She knows exactly the audience. I can tell you that.
Yep.
So yeah, she does a bunch of talking. Becky comes out, and we get the back and forth promo. How was you feeling about
it? This was basic, just very like cookie cutter to me. It's just you're setting up your Mania. Like there wasn't nothing like I saw that was like oohs and ahs out of it. But it was just like, okay, we're gonna set this up. We know that Becky won at Elimination Chamber. We know that Rhea won at Elimination Chamber. Let's just kick off the intro. I'm more interested in seeing what they do with it next and how the story builds from here on out. I would love to see some kind of stipulation with this women's match at Mania. Can we get a women's cage match? Can we get a women's like Iron Man match or Iron Woman match? A 2 out of 3 falls. Like, let me see something like a little bit more creative on that end, because I want to see the women take it like just another like level. Let me see them do another historic like moment.
Yeah, a cage. I would be down for a cage match personally.
That'd be solid.
Yeah, I would like that. To quote unquote keep Dom out, even though cages never keep people out. But
no.
So yeah, during the promo, I don't have any particular quotes on it. I felt because Becky is known to be a good talker, and Rhea's a pretty good talker too, and I felt like they matched each other's energy. It didn't seem like anyone got outbarred or anything like that. It was a good back and forth. And during that, at some point, Nia Jax comes out. As Rhea's leaving, Nia Jax comes out, attacks Becky from behind, says, she should be the champion, and
Becky's not stepping in front of me, just like, yeah.
And I did quote though, because she's about to leg drop Becky on the apron or whatever, and Pat McAfee says 7 humans came out to stop this. 7 humans. I was like, bro, what? That shit was that is funny, man.
That's fucking hilarious.
After that, we get some action, which is we get Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. The rematch from the other week, 2 weeks ago, or the other week, whatever.
Yeah. I got like just quick notes on this one. Like I do see what they're doing with Sami's momentum moving forward. It's interesting to see where he fits in like the Mania picture, because I don't think he'll be off Mania. I think he'll definitely be in there. But for me, it's a good showing of a push for Sami. In this match, when I was watching, he didn't seem it. He was the aggressor. There's a lot of moments where Sami was like leading the show on this, and I'm for it. I just don't know where the hell he fits in. Who's going to be Sami's match at Mania? Is he flirting with the Gunther thing? Is that what you're going with? Like where are we placing Sami at?
Man, a couple episodes ago, I was like, I'm pretty sure he's going to try to get into this triple threat with Drew and Seth, but it doesn't seem like they're going that way. at the moment, I have no ideas what they're gonna do. I feel like they're definitely gonna do something, but I have no idea. But I'm glad you're starting to see what I was talking to you about, because yeah, hypothetically, let's say Cody does win and go to SmackDown after this Mania. That makes, I mean, because Seth is a face, but he can be a tweener anytime he wants, and anytime he wants to be a little evil, he can. So then
Right.
that would make Sammy the biggest baby face, and clearly everyone loves him. They want to get behind him. He's one of those people who we want to see win the big one at some point. So I feel like if Cody moves, he will be slotted into probably the biggest baby face role. So essentially, he's just gonna probably get his ass whooped a little while longer, um, and then have some couple wins. He plays the underdog role really well. I mean, I think that was like his main shtick when he was in NXT. So yeah, he's gonna be a super crazy baby face at some point. But as far as the Mania plans, I have no idea what's gonna happen next month. We just gotta, yeah, just see what happens in the next 3-4 Raws or whatever. How many weeks we got until Mania? But
Yeah, this is gonna be a very crucial, like, what, starting in what, tomorrow, or no, 2 days from now, on Monday. These next 4 weeks are very fucking important. Like, this
yeah,
is probably gonna be some of the best, like, SmackDown Raw we've seen so far. So yeah, I expect a lot of storylines to get tied up, a lot of, matches to be set, because this is the time to make those matches. Like, we need to know what the Mania picture's looking like, in particular, probably by like week 2, week 3 at the latest. We should know, like, we should have a concrete foundation of where the shit is going.
yeah. So the couple notes that I have early in the match, and I don't know why I went up for this so heavy, but Sammy he did this really nice ass arm drag, and arm drag is such a basic move, but it looks so good. I had to write it down. I was like, that was a nice ass arm drag.
That's arm drag,
That
but
like
yeah.
that arm drag was fire. There was the first commercial break. Shinsuke had Sammy in a submission move, and the way that they came back from the commercial break was another new shot. They keep experimenting with different camera angles and stuff, and I loved it because it was they
Yeah,
pretty much started from the ramp and zoomed they
zoomed
went all the
in.
way down to the ramp and then zoomed into the ring, and then even went a little to the right. It was a completely creative shot, and it was these last few weeks they keep changing, like they're doing new things to production, they're doing these new shots where you can tell that
Ooh.
during the commercial break there is still action going on. It's not just a bunch of rest holds all the
Yeah,
time, because we saw that last week with the street fight with New Day and Imperium. Like we could tell that clearly stuff was happening during the commercial. We didn't just come back
and I
to a
fucking
bunch of
hate
bullshit.
that. And like, I hate it for the live audience. It's probably great for the, like, watcher at home. It's like when they came back, like, when they cut back from the street fight, New Day was finishing outside the arena or outside in the crowd. They were coming back to the ring, so it's like we missed out on a whole different element to the street fight. So from a viewer standpoint, I dislike it, but I do respect the fact that, like, the action is still moving, while we're on commercial break.
Word. Yeah, no, I liked it. I don't know. Because to me it doesn't make that much difference. Like, let's say, like, assuming you don't know much about wrestling, to me as a viewer, if you're just watching it on TV, it doesn't make much of a difference, because then you're just, at the end of the day, you're just using your imagination still of what happened during the commercial.
But I think, like, my point is that, like, if you are labeling as like a street fight, like,
Right.
the purpose of showing it on TV is the street element of it. And then we cut back to commercial, you guys are in the ring. It's like we missed out on the fucking street fight part of this fucking match.
Which,
That's my only
you know, that makes
reason
sense.
I didn't like it.
Which reminds me, I need to make a correction, or not a correction. I don't know. I was wrong. That street fight. Wait, is this? Wait, is this? Wait, what? Turn.
There's another one this week too. I was going to talk about that too when we got to SmackDown.
Oh yeah, no, the street fight is this episode. Uh, yeah, I'll just wait. Well, actually, no, because I might forget. I will say that they impressed me with the street fight, because last week I said they'll probably just use 2 kendo sticks and maybe 1 chair or some shit. But no, again, they're elevating they're elevating the matches. The work rate is going high. Like, no, that street fight was a fucking banger. But yeah, we will talk about that later. Anyway, yeah, I back to the Sammy Shinsuke. It was I wrote it was high quality match. The boys was working. there was a good like 10 minutes where Shinsuke was just beating the dog shit out of Sammy. Like he was beating his ass. But we get a similar to what Shinsuke does sometimes. We got two haluva kicks. We got a front haluva kick, or we got a back haluva kick from the back of the head, and then a front one. And then Sammy gets the W, a much needed win because I believe he was on a 5-week or 5-match losing streak. So it was a much needed win, good confidence booster against a formidable opponent and former friend, actually, because they were a tag team at some point. Yeah, it was a good match.
Yeah, I had nothing bad to say about the match at all.
Mm. And then after that, we get a video package for the street fight that happens later. New Day and Imperium. The video package was heat. It made the match feel important. It gave it gave me PLE vibes, just like it, because usually, again, something new with the production. Usually for just a random, well, I wouldn't say it's random because this has been a feud, but usually for just a match on a Raw or an average show, you don't get like a video package like that. That was a PLE type video package. It made the match feel important. And it was like, oh yeah, this shit's been going on for 2 years, which made me like, I had to think about it. I was like, damn, yeah, I guess they have been fighting on and off for 2 years, I suppose. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because just, and again, that's the continuity, that's the cohesiveness that's been happening in the last year or so with when they got the new writing staff, but more so with the Triple H era, where it's like they're things matter, and whatever happened in the past at some point will get brought up to some degree, which we can bring up with Bailey and a couple other, or even just Jay, or it's like whatever you did the last couple of years, your actions have consequences. There is cohesion to the story. So if you were a heel the last year and you're becoming a face, now it's like I got to build everybody's trust again. Yada yada yada. Like it's a story. Like these characters. Again, it's a TV show. There's stories. Like people are growing, people are having character development, and they're changing. So dropping lines like that in the video package and shit like that, again, it makes it feel important. It makes you be engaged and involved with the story, and like, oh shit, yeah, this is. I mean, that's how I felt about it, at least.
I definitely agree with like the aspect of like, you know, the production is definitely making things feel a little bit more important. If I'm gonna go on a limb and say with the new production style right now, this is probably gonna be the best WrestleMania we've seen from that like standpoint. I think production at Mania is gonna be fucking insane. I think the shots we're gonna get are gonna be clean because they're practicing right now. They're trying to figure out what's a good shot, what's not a good shot. We're gonna get some great fucking like, you know, camera work at Mania.
Man.
I'm very excited to see that because like it's gonna be so much grander. You know, the shots are gonna be so much fucking nicer. It's gonna make for some really, really, really cool moments. So yeah, I like it. I like the anticipation, the excitement value and factor is adding. I think WWE definitely has it. They always had it in production. Like we know where we want to go. We know a program to watch. We want to see some shit pop off and camera work. Like, come on now, they got this shit in the bag.
Yeah. So after that, we get a Chelsea Green promo. We get a Chelsea Green versus Raquel match, but it starts off with the Chelsea Green promo. I thought it was a fine promo. It was an average heel promo. Again, I don't know why the timeline was going so up for it because they made it seem like she was dropping bars, and to me, it was just an average heel promo.
I see that too.
Yeah, I was
confused.
Yeah, I was really confused because I was watching. I saw the tweets earlier, and I'm watching the show live, and I'm rereading some of these tweets, and I'm like, "What are we talking about here?
Like, what did I miss?"
Yeah, like it was. I'm a Chelsea Green fan, but sure. It was a pretty cut and dry. This town sucks type of thing or whatever. I'm gonna beat these people. Like, I don't know. I don't know why. Why are we going up for
timeline? Had it like it was the fucking Chelsea Green pipe bomb.
Yeah,
like, I thought she was out here fucking going nuts.
Same, bro. Like, they went so up for it. I'm like, what? And I was like, this is what got your guys in a jolly? Like, come on now. Like, all right. But so she says some shit.
Whoa.
I don't know what she's about to say, but I'm gonna just keep going.
I'm gonna hold it. I'm not the heel here. I understand my role. I am the baby face. You will do all heel work. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything crazy.
Bet. All right. Chelsea Green drops a promo. It was fine. And then Raquel comes out, and anytime Raquel comes out, I have to quote DT. I didn't watch it with them, but this is in spirit. Show me that back. Gotta love that back. Big back activity.
Oh
And scene.
shit, man.
Uh, yeah, it was pretty much a squash match. It was good shit.
Yeah, it was a squash match.
Raquel is clearly still having some flare ups. So shout out to her for still working. Love my MAGA Latin queen. Big back activity. Man, I have nothing else to really say about it.
Nah, it was just a basic squash match. I didn't make any notes to it.
Yeah,
I saw that, like, you know, you came in, you were the powerhouse, you looked dominant, insane. Like, that was, I have nothing else to add to that. Hopefully we, you know, we'll see where her story goes. Like I said, a lot of puzzle pieces. A lot of people are going to be placed in certain situations.
Yeah, again,
and we'll see where like that lies.
Yeah, like we talked about, which I will reiterate many times because again, people need to chill out. It's Mania season. A lot of the stories have already been placed, unless injury happens. Like their stories already in place. Some of our favorites might not get some screen time on Mania. Maybe they'll be in a dub shit bullshit battle royal. Who knows? Let's just calm down. Just calm down. That's it.
Just chill out. Let it simmer right now.
Yeah,
it's defrosting. A lot of superstars on defrost right now.
So yeah, after that we get a Sammy promo. We get a little yeah, he says some cool positive shit. Gunther walks up. Well, first both of the Imperium guys walk past him, I think, first. And they just had the look of utter disgust. I love it. I love Ludwig. I love Giovanni too, even though Giovanni didn't take a picture with me. That's a different story. They look at him with so much disgust. And then Gunther looks at him and he just laughs. Gunther's such a great final boss. And then yeah, that was just a quick little nod. So yeah, maybe Sammy goes after Gunther, but I feel like they're trying to keep him in the top. They want him in the top card. He wants to go for the. It's time for the world heavyweight stuff. He's had the IC 3 times, I think now. And I'm pretty sure he already fought.
That doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he fought Gunther early SmackDown. So, I mean, granted, he's a different character now, so the match would be different. I mean, I wouldn't be upset with it, but I feel like they're trying to put Sammy in a certain direction, and I think that IC was just to keep us guessing. Because another thing that Triple H has been good at is, even though there's some storylines that have been, you know, I don't want to say predictable, but easy to tell like where they're heading, what direction they're heading. There's been other scenarios where it's like we don't know what the hell is going on. We don't like, you know, even just throw the Rock stuff into it with the Rock, Roman, like that whole before the press conference, everyone was in a tizzy, myself included. I will admit that we did not know what the fuck was going on. We still kind of don't, but now like you know we just got to give everything time and. Yeah,
his pivot game. The pivot game has been real. It's been real solid. Like being able to take like, oh, we could go this way, and like, well, maybe it's not the pivot. It's more so like the ability to change up on a dime and just go in a completely different direction has been really solid. It's been really seamless with them. I will say it's left us confused in some moments, but like you know, they obviously have like 6 different like paths to how this chapter can end.
Yeah.
So,
and it's also just
I trust in what they got. I
think it's.
I just don't think that.
Oh my bad. Go.
God damn it, nigga! I don't think that. I don't think that Sammy is meant for the IC. I think we want to put him in that main event title. So I wouldn't. I personally don't want to see Sammy go against Gunther.
Yeah, no, me either. Yeah, and another thing besides not just the pivoting, I think it's also just not fully showing your hand all the time. Again, like some stories we do know the direction, but not last episode, but the episode before, I was 100% sure we were getting LA versus Logan based on all the storytelling that I thought I was witnessing the last half a year, and based on Elimination Chamber, it doesn't seem like that's happening. So. Like I you know, like if I would have put money on it, but they went a different direction, and that's just them not always showing their hand. Like, it's like, yeah, some stuff you can predict, you can, in just like in any TV show, any movie, it's like, oh, you can tell if, oh man, I feel like that character is going to be the villain, and then they end up being the villain. But then there's some, then every once in a while you get the M. Night Shyamalan plot twist, or just,
We talked about it though. We've talked about like the AJ story with LA Knight, how it just dropped out of nowhere. So we kind of we saw the breadcrumbs.
I mean,
we knew that like it was still a possibility.
You brought that up. And honestly, I would not have assumed that AJ was going to come in through the chamber. But yeah, no,
I didn't see that shit coming.
No,
that was fucking different.
But because you brought it up. Yeah, no, we talked about it because you brought it, like, because I didn't even notice it. He's like, yeah, that shit just dropped out of nowhere. It's like, oh yeah, you're right. Well, maybe it's because he's about to kiss Carl. But anyway, I feel like there's still some deep emotions there. They got to figure that shit out.
They sent them boys to NXT. They sent them boys down back to the performance center.
They need something. They need something to do. They need something.
And they're a great tag team.
And also the NXT tag team division it's not as popping right now. And like we talked about, what was it, episode 3, I think? Some of the people that go back to NXT to reinvent themselves and shit, or just make shit popping for a little bit because they have nothing to do. There was AJ went to NXT for a hot second. New Day, it gives some.
There is no reason that, like, and this is how high I hold Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, is they're in the same bracket as like the FTRs as far as like tag team pureness. Like, they're a great tag team. They need to be shown, and I understand like you can't show everybody on like fucking Monday Night Raw and whatever, but them boys in NXT are gonna get down. Like, I'm cool with them being down there. Like, it's time for them to show out and show people what they can fucking do. Yeah, and there's no better place to do it than NXT.
And they'll be able to help some of the new people.
Yep.
And so and they're not just sitting and catering. They'll be able to get some matches off. Shit, they might fight Braun and Baron, which would be cool. Shit, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they are the ones that dethrone them, since, spoiler alert, Baron or Braun Breaker he shows up again on this SmackDown, not without the NXT title, or without the NXT title again. So I don't know why they're not doing that, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
It's just a weird thing to me. I don't. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, we get a Cody promo. Shit was fire. And he's pretty much like, yeah, Grayson should like me. I gave him hot scoop. I gave him scoop after scoop. I don't see why he doesn't like me. Now he's about to be in a main event, and he should love me. That's, I mean, and it kind of, it reminded me of that Drewski meme. We changed this broke nigga's life.
Nah, for sure. That's funny.
Oh shit! Damn, I'm dumb. I actually wrote that down. I thought I was being original, but I actually wrote that joke down. But no, that did remind me of that meme, because that was the first. Yeah, I wrote it down. That was the first thing I fucking thought about. You have any thoughts about it, or you want to go into the next poll?
Nah, you know me. Stop talking. Let's fight. But I got the point. I got what they're trying to do, and he's right. Like, bro, every time you come around, I'm giving you shit. Now I'm giving you a main event. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. So it was pretty cut and dry for me. Like I said, like I know what this shit is. Stop talking, bro. Let's go.
Yeah. So afterwards, we get another promo. Imperium comes out. Gunther on the mic, and I think this may be the second time, but I don't know. I want to say it's the first. He puts over Jay in the sense where he's like, yeah, I must admit, Jay had me beat.
Yeah, like, I was afraid.
Yeah, he was. Like I
could feel it slipping.
Yeah, I cannot recall him ever saying that. So, so even through victory, like, that was a way of still putting over Jay. It's like, hey man, yeah, Jay had me beat. Yeah, he's power. His overall is 90. So, and then he wants to know where his direction is for Mania, as the most dominant IC champion. He's like, who's going to face me at WrestleMania? And after that, Judgment Day comes out. And I wrote Gang Warfare. More Gang Warfare, love it. Priest
Yeah, I think
says
it was all of them. It was Finn, Priest,
it was all
JD, and Dom. They all came. Yeah, all of them came out. With
except
the
for Rhea.
exception of Rhea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Priest says they trying to take the IC. They want all the gold, essentially. I didn't write what Gunther said, but I did write Gunther bars them up. Oh yeah, because I remember. Okay, so yeah, he was like, "Well, well, if you're not going to cash on me here right now, then who's it going to be? Is it going to
Who's it gonna
be?
be?
Is it going to be Finn? Is it going to be the one with the big head?" And then slowly Dom comes out, or puts himself in front. And I'm like, "Ooh, here we go."
I'm telling you, if Dom sneaks a champion, I talked about it like 2 weeks ago. Like Dom sneaks a champion, bro, it's gonna build that heat even more.
Hey,
Like if Dom breaks Gunther's streak, bro, they're gonna lose. They're gonna fucking riot, bro. It's gonna be fucking nuts.
man, if Dom was the one to do it, man, that'd be fire. I'm not even gonna lie, that'd be fire. Bring on the heat.
Like,
Let's get that nuclear heat,
mad
baby.
heat.
I'm talking Chernobyl, bruh. Let's get it.
He breaks his 600 streak, yo, you're losing it, bro.
No, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But
probably not. That'd be cool to see.
I'd be fine with it.
I'm gonna do it in universe mode.
Yeah. Oh, ooh, yeah. I like that. Yeah. Speaking of universe mode, I'm gonna probably make my faction in universe mode actually, except for with Will. I'm gonna switch him with Big E, but we'll figure that out. Yeah. So yeah, Dominic steps up. The boos are wild, but the segment felt. There was a part of me that felt the segment felt a little awkward, and it had something. Priest was shaky. I should have rewatched this, but yeah, Priest came off a little shaky to me, and it just.
You think shaky? I thought aggravated. I thought he was like just ready to go. It felt like he was irritated at something. Like there's no beef here yet. Why are you going so crazy at Gunther? What did he do to you to make you come out like this fucking insane?
Yeah, I feel like he's probably like 70-30 comfortable on the mic, because there's every once in a while there's these weird ass moments to where he comes off. I don't know. He doesn't come off as confident, and it seems forced. I don't know. There was some. I'm gonna have to rewatch the segment, and maybe I'll talk about it next week. But I don't know. There's something. I don't know. It just felt kind of awkward to me, and it makes me feel like maybe they won't give you the fucking title, because if you can't let what chance fluster you. You can't let the crowd or anything fluster you during a promo. I mean, at least not as a champion. Otherwise, you're not going to get another reign after that. I mean, well, Triple H is different. VKM probably, but no, Triple H is different. But this is he's good on the mic. I mean, he's fine on the mic. Maybe I was tripping. I'm gonna rewatch it, but I don't know. To me, he felt shaky or a little flustered, like you said. He seemed like he was upset with something, or I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. I thought that was part of the character. I thought that was part of the gig. Was that he was frustrated in something. So I thought like the promo sounded normal to me. That's just how I interpreted it. But he might have been shaky. Could have a little been a little razzled for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it felt a little forced. I don't know. Maybe they're. I don't know. We'll talk about it later. Anyway, after that, we get a backstage segment, and we see Rhea approach Dom, and he's like, and she looks worried. She's like, "Are you seriously trying to fight Gunther? Are you fucking crazy?" Essentially, is what she says. He's like, "Mommy, I got this. Chill, whatever." And then she just leaves, and they're like, "Man, Dom, you should go handle that. Go talk to your lady." And he's like, "All right, I'll go handle that." And before he walks off the wrong direction, by the way, as far as the camera goes, he runs into Andrade, El
Idolo.
Loved the interaction. He's like, hey, it was kind of like a, "Hey, bro, cool. What's up, man?"
I ain't seen you in a while.
Yeah. How's your dog? All right, cool. Gotta find my bae.
All right, I gotta go do something over here. I gotta go handle this over here.
Yeah. And after that, that's when we get into some violence. Because, yeah, shit. Wait, hold on real quick. 1, 2.
It should be a street fight.
It is a street fight. 4. 5. Yeah. So the reason I was counting was because we get 5 promos, whether it's in ring or backstage, before the between matches. So the last match was the
Too
Chelsea.
goddamn much.
Yeah. That again, the show felt fast and good and cohesive, but I'm just noticing, yeah, like the last match was the Chelsea Green Raquel match, and then yeah, we get 5 different talking segments, and then now we get straight into the violence, the carnage, the street fight of New Day versus Imperium.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
go
think I
for it.
said it. I said it earlier. I wish I could have saw more of it. And they always do like the what's the shit called where it's like the screen and the commercial happening at the same time.
Oh yeah, picture to picture.
Picture in picture. Yeah, I was like, I can't watch wrestling. You talking about fucking toilet paper in my ear right now. I can't. I'm not focusing on anything in the ring, and I can barely see on the fucking picture in picture. So when they come back, and it's like, oh, it's just brawling out in the crowd. I'm like, when the fuck did they get in the crowd? When you left, this motherfucker was not in the crowd. So that's my little my slight with that. But overall, I thought the match was really dope. I thought there was some mad brutal spots.
Yeah, it exceeded my
Woods had
expectation. Like I said, it was good.
the elbow drop from Woods was fucking dope.
Yeah.
And I love the way like the match was finished. I love the it was the chair shot and then thrown into the ring. Or thrown into the corner, my bad, into the corner chair. And in my notes, my only knock is the damn roll up. I am so tired of seeing this goddamn roll up throughout all promotions right now. Everybody's been doing a roll up. I don't know what the fuck it is. I think is it like an inside joke? Are y'all like contacting each other? I know y'all friends, but like, hey, in y'all match, do a roll up. Like, nah, fuck that shit.
It's a hard move to beat. You know, it's a hard move to beat. Yeah, no, yeah, I wrote those boards were working. There was a chair spot to Woods that was particularly wild that I had to write down. Do not remember what happened, but it was what I
The
wrote. That was
finishing
what.
one.
No, before that.
Yeah.
No, that like there was. I mean, there was a lot of weapons, which is why again it exceeded my
They did have a
expectations.
lot of variations. Yeah, there was a lot of weapons.
But no, there was a different Woods chair spot. I cannot remember it. I'm gonna have to start watching Hulu on my breaks on Saturday before we record, so I understand what the fuck is going on in my notes. But yeah, I also wrote Imperium's beat the dog shit out of New Day, which is true. There's a point where Kofi
Yeah.
throws Pat's chair, which was pretty great. Table spot with Woods with an elbow to Giovanni. That was a good table spot. We got a bunch of "This is awesome," holy shit chants, and yeah, perfect finish is what I wrote. Holy fuck, perfect finish. And
it was a great match. It was a good match. It was also good for Imperium. I'm noticing New Day's game. New Day is really good at like elevating other tag teams.
Yeah.
Um, they're the perfect team to work with. They're the most experienced team to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know what they're doing, and it makes Imperium look strong. Like if New Day would have won the street fight, I don't think we have as much stock in Imperium, and you want them to be an elite tag team, and I'm all for that. Like I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Yeah. New Day didn't need the win. They're fine.
Nah,
they're fine.
They're fine.
We get another. Okay, so we get a backstage promo. Gable asks for a rematch with Gunther. He brought his daughter into it.
Shoosh.
It was a good promo. It was heartfelt. He also released a video later that night, I believe, of a promo that he shot when the feud first started that didn't hit TV. I did not end up watching it, but I heard it was super good and heartfelt and, you know, good baby face vibes, girl dad vibes. But again, we're getting random, like we don't know what Gunther's future is, and then we have the besides Gunther's reign, it makes the title feel important also because there's people that were like, I really need this match. I want to be the person to dethrone this guy, type of thing.
Yeah, and like they're kind of like throwing out bait. Like we saw like the interaction with Sammy. We see the interaction with Dom. We see that, Gable's talking about he wants a spot. Like so they're just dangling out like different options for you. I'm old school. Fatal 4-way. Put them all in there. Pack this bitch up.
If they don't, Okay, because originally I wanted like a ladder because we haven't had a IC ladder for a while. But it looks like the U.S. might get the multi-man match again. It's hard to really tell as far as like conspiracy or rumors go. It looks like the U.S. might be the multi-man
You
one.
think so?
That
You
just,
think Randy gonna have a multi? Randy about to beat the dog shit out of fucking Logan.
that's very plausible too. I'm just saying.
1-on-1.
I'm
No,
just.
ain't nobody getting this match.
It's not it's not my particular theory. This is me talking through the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community. I have no idea. I like I said, I originally wanted the IC to get the multi man because I felt like you want Gunther to lose without being weak. But then I did see someone have a counter, which was it makes whoever if someone does pin Gunther, it makes them look strong, which makes them believable as the champion. So in saying that, I feel like he should finally take a pin, but to whom
I could see that.
is
Who are you putting over in this spot? Because we all know Gunther's ready, or Gunther's ready for the fucking like main title picture. We knew that last year's Royal Rumble with him and Cody going at it. Like we knew that at last year's Mania with like him, Sheamus, and Drew. Like he's been ready. Like it's time to get him in that picture. Like for sure. I think like well, I guess my prediction with Randy and Logan is that like you're gonna need somebody to jump off of something to make this damn RKO spot. Logan's gonna fly off of something. And he's gonna catch the meanest RKO ever, and I think that looks better in a 1-on-1 sequence rather than like a multi-man sequence.
Right. Well, when we
just my opinion.
I understand that, and again, I was only speaking for the wrestling community, but I will say that there is something that happens in SmackDown that. Again, we don't know what it means. It could mean nothing, but I feel like it's a possibility. It could hint to a multi-man, but we'll get to that when we get to SmackDown, I guess.
Yeah.
But if I had to, so right now, if I had to pick for Gunther to someone to dethrone Gunther, it's either Dom or Gable. I think those are the two best options.
I'm cool with those two. I like those two.
Yeah, if you want to keep Sammy in the top card, don't bring him back to the mid. Yeah, I would say Gable to me, like he's been a solid person, solid talent, solid MVP player, underrated as hell for multiple years. I mean, pretty much this whole thing. Like he's literally baby Kurt Angle, just minus the height, but he's good on the mic. His moveset's great. I think he
has charisma.
He has charisma. Him having a singles title for the first time, it would be cool. I think he deserves it. But
he's been working all year too. He's been on like the Bailey run where like you've been doing shit all year, like little spots here and there, but in taking whatever they give you and making it into something. So they like to reward individuals who do that. So I think that makes sense.
And he's one of those people that can't have a bad match.
Nah,
he pretty much saved Otis's career. He pretty much just damn near saved Maxine's career. And I mean, fucking Tozawa's cool too. Like
side tangent, real quick.
Oh, we should have talked about the Maxine
I seen what
thing.
Yeah, I saw what y'all was doing to Maxine. I'm not here for it, especially because like I just talked about it last week or last episode, to where like she is just working, like she's figuring shit out. Like to boo somebody at a fucking live. My bad. Let me put some context to this. There was clips that came out of Maxine Dupree at a live show, and the fans were booing her, like just booing her so fucking bad, and it was completely like it was fucked up to see, like, especially when you're trying to be the best that you can. Of course, you're starting out. Of course, you're like, you're learning. But this is also what the fuck live shows are for. Like, they're sitting there figuring shit out. Like, to get booed at a live show is fucking crazy. Like, fuck y'all, bro. Like, what you mean? So, like,
yeah, when I first saw it, I was very upset. I mean, I'm still kind of upset. I feel like there is a middle to this, and the middle is, again, she's had probably less than fucking 12 matches, and that's not including like multi-man bullshit, multi-woman bullshit. So clearly she's green as hell. Like, so please, like, have patience. Wrestling is really hard, and just running the ropes is hard. And so to be one of those people who watches any sports, like, oh, I would have made that basket. Oh, I could have got the extra couple yards. Nigga, no, you can't. Otherwise, you be playing the fucking sport.
Man.
Okay, so like we gotta like please be patient and like yeah, be respectful. Kayfabe wise, yeah, it's fine to boo. Sure, kayfabe wise, it's fine to boo. Like I don't want to overprotect this person. It's a wrestling business, like because the counter argument is that it's wrestling. Fans have a right to like or dislike something, and I do understand that. Kayfabe wise, sure, boo, but she's not a heel, so booing her that's not kayfabe. You're just booing her because you guys are assholes, and you just don't like her for whatever reason, or because she's bad or whatever. But again, she's new. She's probably had less than 15 matches, and this is how she's going to learn. And this is what I was talking about in one of our early episodes. Is like I don't want her on TV doing matches anymore because I would rather her learn at house shows so that there's not 200 million plus people seeing something bad on TV. I'd rather that happen on the live show so that she can learn and get accustomed, because she's traveling every week. So she's not it's hard for her to be at the PC. Like if she was in NXT, then yeah, she'd just be staying in Florida. She had plenty of time to train, but she's traveling just like everybody else. So these house shows, these live shows that's her practice. That's her way to get better. And by being rude and breaking a motherfucker spirit, that's not helpful. That's not kind. It's not nice. So do we need to overprotect her? No, but also don't be a fucking dick.
But then let's keep it a buck too, to where like, her gimmick and shit just changed. Once they lost LA Knight, like that shit it just changed. Everything has to fucking flip. Your group broke up, your group disbanded. You saw that they got let go and they went over here. LA Knight becomes LA Knight, and it puts you in a very weird situation to where you're like, fuck, well, I gotta figure out how to fucking wrestle and get on these fucking shows. Otherwise, I might be next. It's a whole bunch of different fucking pressure, yo.
Yeah,
so like
I don't even think she had a match in NXT before she got called up. She got called up damn near immediately to be a manager. If I'm like, I don't think she had an NXT match. So again, like she's learning on the fly. You're learning a job on the fly while traveling across the goddamn globe, living out of a suitcase. She's also a fucking model who does modeling stuff every once in a while while walking the runway. Like, come on, you guys.
But it's also, I guess you can put up the argument, well, like, Dom didn't have NXT, but Dom also had Rey Mysterio as his fucking father, was born in the goddamn business, and was working with Edge. Yeah. Like, so, like, you had, like, a good amount of, like, training and touches as you were, like, growing.
And he just got good, like, this last year.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when Dom first came out, it was rough. It was rough.
His first two matches were fine. Like, he had a match with Seth that was fine, and then like that tag match when they won the belt was fine. Other than that, everything was like, it was like, bro, please go to NXT. Fuck the nepotism. Go to NXT. This nigga, he just like people just started liking him. I've always like when he turned heel, like as far as in ring wise, he just started being pretty good, and even then, he's still young as shit. He's still not at his best, because we were just talking about the sloppy ass 619 last week. So
it's not wrong.
And again, he's a nepo baby. Maxine is new to the shit, you guys. So just chill.
Let me Google something. Let me just make sure Maxine Dupree not no nepo baby. Let me make sure she ain't like the fucking daughter of like I don't know, Jim the Sandman, I'm the plumber or some shit.
I think she was a model and maybe a gymnast. She's one of the she's not an NIL signing, but she has no wrestling experience to my knowledge.
Yeah, no wrestling experience. Cheerleader for the Rams, was a dancer for the Phoenix Suns, and now she's here in the WWE. So yeah, bro, relax, give her some time, let her figure it out.
Yeah,
like 2021 to like now, bro. There's only 3 years in the business. Give her some time.
Yeah, and again, most of that was being a manager.
Yeah,
her first singles match was fucking, I think, like in November of last year of 2023. Like, come on, you got like we gotta chill. All right. Anyway, that was a crazy tangent. All right. So women's women's tag, we get Shayna and Zoe versus Candice and Indy. It was a fine match. I don't know, not really much to
I
add.
like the match.
Yeah, I wrote that I enjoyed it, and Indy tapping was oh yeah, okay, yeah, it was a fine match.
I liked the match. I said in my notes that like Zoe is starting to grow on me. At first, I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan. I'm not really a fan of like anything right now. But like Zoe's growing. Like I see the character. I see what they're trying to do. I see the push. I see like her wardrobe changed. I think her wardrobe did change recently.
A little bit. She ain't wearing a cool jacket.
Yeah, to where like I'm paying attention to like that. Like the character's starting to like evolve a little bit, starting to develop a little bit. So I'm definitely paying attention. There was a famous quote in here from the good Pat McAfee. Candace, body flying around like the bums that try to jump Cam Newton. And I thought that shit was fucking hilarious. I was like, this man,
damn,
Pat is unhinged. No, yeah, he's a body flying around like the bums who try to jump Cam Newton. I thought that was fucking great because, yeah, don't try to jump no 6'5" quarterback, bro. You're gonna lose every time. Also had Indy has it too. Indy Hartwell. I didn't watch her NXT. I know she was NXT champion, but Indy has like the appeal too. I would definitely love to see Indy, like hypothetically speaking, Indy somehow challenges Bailey next year. I'd like to see that. I want to see how like that goes.
That would be
not saying like for a title, but just like let me see a little 1-on-1. Let me see you get in the ring with the vet and kind of like do your shit.
I like Indy.
Hey, I'm down for
that. I like Indy. She's still not that good in ring though. I think part of it is she needs to change her moveset because she's tall. She's taller than most of the gals there. So I feel like she should have more of a powerhouse. Whatever Jade's moveset is going to be, she should have something similar, I think.
That's a lot of strength though. Like you got to be strong as fuck.
Right. I mean,
do the shit that like
I'm just saying Jade could be the stronger version, but I'm just saying she has something similar. She's tall and she's tall. You should be.
She's 5'9". I guess you are pretty
compared to the majority of the women. Like you should be.
Yeah.
You should be power slamming some of these girls. Hit a. I was gonna say hit a B. Hit a lady with a sidewalk slam. You know what I'm saying? Like. Get the Charlotte big boot. Like I don't. She should tweak her She should tweak her moveset a little bit.
That's a good one. I would see. If Indy picked up some shit from like Charlotte, I could see that. Just somebody with the same frame as you, like movesets that you would be doing. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense.
So then, all right, we get another promo. Drew. So I labeled him the righteous heel. The reason I labeled him the
wait. Time out. We didn't go the Regeneration X.
Oh shit! Yeah. All right. Yeah. R-Truth DIY in the Miz. You're right. Regeneration X. Man. Yeah.
Regeneration X. We're not missing on no true segments.
Oh no,
boy,
absolutely.
Don't miss.
Absolutely not. It was hilarious as hell.
They're doing the whole Regeneration X like thing where he's thinking that DIY is Triple H and Shawn Michaels. There's a spot in here. He's like, "Oh, you gonna bring that TV? It ain't got no cords on it. Is it wireless? Nope." He's just like, he walks out with the TV. It's like just little things, bro. Like Truth is just great, man. Like it's fucking crazy because even in like the Gunther promo, that boy was talking about, I see y'all talk about y'all want R-Truth to fight me. So it's like,
and the crowd went up.
Truth has momentum, bro. Like that's fucking insane. Like,
yeah, he does. And him, the DIY, that group as a whole, the four of them is entertaining. DIY again, getting over every week. They're showing their comedic chops, which I've seen before in NXT. Like Gargano and Ciampa can both be funny. Miz can be funny. Obviously, R-Truth is funny. I think this is definitely setting up for the Awesome Truth to dethrone JD at Mania, but maybe not. Who knows? Yeah, it was good shit. It was good shit. And did you see the video that came? I think it came out on Tuesday. But R-Truth runs into Shawn Michaels and he's calling him Johnny Gargano.
Yes.
And Shawn Michaels, like, he couldn't even reply.
He just closed the door on him. Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Wrestling.
Get the hell.
Like, dude.
Yeah, man. He's just transcending, bro.
The
He's
office
transcending
door says
everything. Truth is,
HBK on it.
it says yeah, HBK on the door. Gargano. Yeah, man. Truth is great.
All right. So then, Drew comes out and he's like, "We did it, you guys. We're going to Mania." He talks about, he's like, "I got hurt. My doctor said I can't go to Mania." Who do you think I am, CM Punk? Then he sits. Then he sits down just like crisscross applesauce, and he asks Seth to come out. So what I was saying real quick, or before, Drew, I'm labeling him the righteous heel because yes, he is a heel, but he's still, there's certain moments of him that is still baby face like, to where he's not attacking Seth out of the willy nilly. He's not trying to weaken Seth like he. So yeah, he asked Seth to comes out, big pop. Drew asked Seth to not worry about SmackDown, stop getting involved with the Bloodline, because that means the Bloodline's going to interfere with our match. I want you to be healthy. I want to win straight up. And to me, that's besides all the funny shit on Twitter, all the good hate. Like, to me, that's what's making this character like super gel with me. Like, now I'm like super invested, because at first when the seeds were being planted, he was coming off whiny, in my opinion. Still a huge Drew fan, but at first he was coming off kind of whiny. Then we started getting the hate on Twitter and stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah, we here for it. We here. Player haters ball. But seeing his character in this episode, and just seeing like why he's talking to stuff, and like trying to convince stuff, like, man, you like, let's do this, just you and I, because if you keep fucking with these people, they're going to interrupt our match, and I'm going to win. And I'm going to take the chance. If they interrupt and they hit you, I'm going to take my chance, because I'm leaving with this title. Let's just fight 1v1. Stop fucking with the other stuff. Focus on you and me. And it makes the character, I don't want to say complex, but it makes it interesting. It's not just like, oh, I'm a bad guy now, blah blah blah. Like, I want you at your weakest. It's like, no, I want you at your strongest. It's good shit to me. It's good character development to me. It's a good character.
What I took from it, because I do remember like Drew was talking about like, oh, like, let SmackDown burn. I like basically fuck them, let them go. Like, I wouldn't go over there, help them, stop doing it. Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking like, what if, that's the play? What if the play is that Seth is focusing so much on SmackDown shit that you completely like are not paying attention to Drew being right in front of you? He will take your head off and take the belt from you. And I think that may be the lane that they're going for, is that like Seth is distracted, Seth loses, Drew gets it, and then what if for Seth, like, in order for Roman to go down, he has to go down too? And this doubles back into the whole Roman. I think Roman did it against his match with Seth. Like, I made you, or like, they're kind of like,
it was the
word I'm looking for. It
was the Rumble match, and Roman's like, you made me do this. You because before
created me.
Yeah, because before that, yeah, Seth is like, yeah, I created the monster, whatever, blah blah blah. Yeah, so yeah,
I don't want to use like this term, but it's the only term that came to my head. What if like these two are like soul tied together? It's like, you're up, I'm up, you're down, I'm down, kind of thing, to where like you guys are like just yin and yang to like each other. Which I would love that, because like, Roman and Seth matches are fucking phenomenal to me. But like that would make sense, to where like you guys are you're so focused on him that you get taken out by Drew, but then in turn you also take out Roman because you're infatuated with it. Like, I gotta get you. Like,
yeah, and that's what I mean.
I was the guy. I was the corporate favorite, and now you're the corporate favorite. And nah, fuck that. I gotta get you.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. That to me, that's what makes this. Yeah, you saying like what you just said. That's what makes the story super fucking good to me. Because yeah, Drew's like,
it is.
Like he's as the bad guy, quote unquote. He's literally communicating that, and Seth heard it, and he, which by the way, another 2 weeks in a row back to back of fire ass Nathaniel Rollins promos. Please again put some respect on Kobe Lopez's name. Seth was spitting, and he's like, "Yeah, I hear you, but what if this is worth the risk?" And he even asked Drew to help, and he was like, "Man, help me take them down. Help us take them down, because you've been screwed over by them too. And it's not even if you beat me, it's not going to. That's not where it ends. It's not going to end if we don't stop the bloodline now. Then they're going to, even if you beat me, they're going to come after you next. They're going to come after this title. They're going to come after all the other titles. We end this now. We beat Thanos now, and then we can focus on the other shit." And
that's a good analogy.
Yeah, and it was a really good, man. It was two fucking stars. Obviously, I'm a Seth stan. I fucking love Drew. If you don't like Drew, I think you're a fucking weirdo personally. But respectfully, anyone could choose whatever character. Like, it's TV. But just two stars, two great promo, like two back-to-back promos. Even though Drew is essentially, I would say he's like 80. He's probably 80% heel now. Like, there's still 20% of him that wants to do shit in the right way, which makes him a good complex character. He's not
that motherfucker heel.
No,
every moment he shitting on CM Punk.
Yeah,
every moment
he fuck CM Punk. I do the same shit. Hey, kayfabe wise, fuck CM Punk. You don't get the shit on our company for 10 years, then go to AEW, fuck up some shit, and then come back here, think you're gonna win the motherfucking Rumble in the Elimination Chamber? Fuck you and fuck Pepsi.
Hey, man. Cry me a river.
Yeah, that too. And hopefully my wife can hear that. She drinks Pepsi. I like Pepsi.
Nah, bro, that's fucking funny, man. Fuck CM Punk. It's like, hey, oh shit, and fuck Pepsi. Look at that.
Hey, all I'm saying,
no sponsors. We better get sponsored by Shasta. Shasta Cola about to be our first sponsor, bro.
Oh no,
that's funny.
We're gonna get Harry's Razors and what's that that online therapy? And Blue Chew. Hey, we got it in a bag. We're gonna get some good sponsors. I'm gonna hit you with the. Speaking of a razor's edge, you know who does have a good razor? Harry's.
Oh man, that's funny. That's fuck. Speaking of wolf dogs, you know what wolf dogs? You know what dogs do? Blue Chew. They chew on everything. They chew on your socks and chew. Now you can chew on them drawers.
Yeah.
Like relax.
Have her barking like Braun Breaker after the night.
Fucking shit. Hey, nah. That's fucking funny. Curb stomp your loved one. BlueChew.com.
Okay, so after that, we get Liv versus Nia Jax. Good match. I didn't take too many notes about it because I started eating at this point.
Nah, like the match was good. It was a good fucking match between Nia it was Nia and Liv. It was Nia and Liv, and I was enjoying the fucking match. I hated the fact that the match got interfered with because like Liv was actually in her bag. Nia was in her bag. I was like, this is a good one-on-one fucking match. And out of fucking nowhere, the man comes in.
Yeah, Becky comes out, causes a DQ for revenge of what happened earlier in the night. Yeah, and then after that we get a small backstage moment where Becky's walking and Liv is like, not everything's about you. And then again, just that one fucking line, the internet went crazy for it. And it's like, oh, they're hearing us. They're reading all our tweets. They understand. Like, and it's like, you guys know, like, Liv, someone probably wrote that line and then Liv read it. You guys?
And again, delivered it because she's a great fucking performer.
Right.
And then when cameras went off, they were like, hey, what are you eating tonight?
Yeah, you getting some Quino? Like, you got, like, again, you guys chill, man. It's like not everything's a shoot. I mean, the other promotion, yeah, sometimes there's some shoots, but not everything's a shoot.
Leave my man Tony out of this. He handles this beef like a real man on Twitter. All right.
I mean, I was, yeah. But yeah, yeah, the timeline was just like, she's speaking real. She's saying what we've been saying because, spoiler, there was some backlash with Becky winning, which I don't know why, because it was pretty telegraphed if you've been watching the product the last year that Becky was probably going to win, but people are over Becky winning, and I don't know, it's one of those things, and I'm gonna say this when we talk about Naomi. It's like people act like they care about women's wrestling, but at the end of the day, they only care about the women that they care about. You guys don't want to. You guys don't want to see these stories be elevated. Like, there's a reason why there's certain people at the top. There is a reason why, like, there. Again, it's a show, characters. There for a reason. Like, Becky's been out of the main title picture for a very long time now. She's been putting over people. She had the NXT putting over people, putting over Stratton and shit. Rhea and Becky is a big ass Mania match, and the fact that they have not touched that's for a reason. Like, it's people chill.
People only care about women's wrestling from the aspect of like their favorites and who has the most like sex appeal, who's the one they feel is the sexiest. It's like, fuck all that, bro. I just want to see women wrestle. I don't give a fuck about like attraction. I don't care like who's your main event. I just want to see progressing storylines and character development. Like, that's all I care about.
Exactly. I just want the same energy that you do for the men to be kept with the women, personally. And I'll go on record. I mean, I've been saying this for years now, but fucking honestly, dead ass, most women's sports are more entertaining, in my opinion.
They are.
Like, women's tennis,
I don't watch men's
fire. Women's volleyball, and that's whether it's beach and you want to get the perversions off, or whether it's regular. Women's volleyball is fucking fire. Women's soccer, the fucking fire. They have such a different intensity, and it's like, yes, beat that lady's ass. I was gonna say the B word. It just doesn't hit, and I'm an orthodox feminist, you guys. I can't.
Fucking hell. I will agree with you. When it comes to like March Madness, I don't watch like the men's. I watch the women's. Like, I'm so locked in on like women's March Madness because the intensity is different. Yes, I know basketball. Yes, I play basketball. I've watched the NBA and all, like, in college basketball before then. But for some reason, the girls just do it a little bit, or the women do it very differently. It's a lot. The game's played simpler. It's played at a very like for the love of the game version of the game. Instead, I'm not looking for the superstar to show out. I'm looking for the team to show out. So yes, I understand exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. We get another backstage segment. Jay's doing some promo, and then Drew comes out, and he's back on his hater shit.
Hey.
He's like, I want you to know, whatever you're going through, you deserve this. Essentially,
you deserve this.
Which is,
you deserve this.
It's just real, man. It's just real.
It's right. He's like, the thing is, like, y'all done fucked him over so many times. He's right, bro. You deserve this.
Yeah,
it's on you.
And then they start fighting each other, throwing blows. So they'll probably fight next week, which would be cool. And then we get the
I think they did schedule that next week. I thought that was
There was a Waller Theory promo that was really quick. That was setting up for Cody versus Waller for the main event.
Mm-hmm.
I do not remember what he said. It was.
I think it was like, I did everything I could to protect him, and Theory's looking at him like,
that's right. Yeah. And then we get the Cody Waller main event, which it was a quick match. It was I like Waller. Waller's good. It was a quick match. Is there any spot or anything particular in your mind, or?
Nah, my notes was like, it was like a semi-squash match. It was like, they didn't have anything for me. I think they were definitely prepping up for like the end of the match where he's going on his fucking rant.
And then, so after that, Paul Heyman comes out, and he comes out with some security, and he kind of, they try to intimidate Cody, which Cody's like, if anyone steps closer to me, you're getting attacked. And it's some of the most fiery we've seen him since. I mean, he's been fiery there was a moment of fire during the Brock feud, and there was a moment of fire during the Shinsuke feud. But now we're getting like that fire with Roman and the bloodline now, and he's like, man, you stop.
The bloodline's not hunting me. I'm hunting the bloodline.
Exactly.
And I'm like, hold on now.
I mean, we'll
watch out.
Yeah, you know. Hey man,
relax a little bit.
I ain't watching all that video, big dog.
Yeah. They got a lot. They got some home. They got a lot. There's like 3 more Samoan brothers out there in the free agency pool. You better relax. They can come out at any given moment.
Man, he saw that PowerPoint. They got a whole goddamn PowerPoint's worth of family.
Where you gonna get hit?
No,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then the security guards come in. Cody attacks, and yeah, it's pretty much the end of Raw.
Yeah, that's pretty much Raw. We won't get into like the Wednesday night, the Dynamite, because there's a lot of speculation around this. Not speculation, but a lot of hype around this this particular Dynamite. You know, Revolution is tomorrow.
Yeah,
if you're watching this or listening to this on Monday. It happened yesterday. But yeah, so this is a very important Dynamite for them. It comes out. It starts off like the Hangman comes out. It comes out with like the injured from last week, flipping out of the muscle buster, I believe. Rolls his leg, comes out to the ring, talks about like, you know, he gave everything he could, that, you know, he's injured, doesn't think he's gonna make it. Swerve comes in, Swerve pops at him. It comes out that Hangman was in fact not injured,
right?
Or Joe comes out,
yeah.
Then Hangman shows that he's not injured.
Mm-hmm.
Pops him with the fucking crutch,
which okay,
and leaves.
All right, so before that part. Okay, so there's a part where Swerve and Joe are talking, and then Swerve is
like,
yeah. You know, I might put you back on commentary. You might be wearing a poncho. And, you know, it's not February anymore, so I might get my shut off, but I'm going to wait. Because this nigga got me blocked, and we're going to talk about that at some point.
Yeah, that's just also fucking crazy, too. I hope we meet in person so we can actually have this conversation with him. But, like... I saw the speculation. It's not speculation, but just people out there like, oh, always got to bring up WWE. And I get that. But the truth of the matter, this motherfucker was in a poncho.
It was raining.
Spot for that. It was raining. This thing was on commentary in a poncho. And trust me, I didn't like how they were doing Joe anyway. Joe was not supposed to be on no goddamn commentary. Joe is fucking Samoa Joe. Fuck that. Don't put that motherfucker on commentary talking about matches. But yes, he was in the poncho.
Right.
He was getting injured at the time. I do understand that. I am aware of that. But yes, it's cheap heat. You know what it is.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. It was funny though.
It was funny. Like I was telling DT, like I mean, I was over how many shots they take at the other promotion or just promotion in general since the start of the fucking whole thing. But at this point, it's what pops the crowd for the most part. It's to their niche crowd. At this point, it's never gonna stop. So just stop complaining about it. It is what it is.
I think the only like when I truly think about it, I think about like the pillars of AEW are at the time when they was created was Cody, Kenny, Young Bucks, Jericho. That was like the 5 core. And I'm thinking out of that. Moxley came a little bit later, but the original first, I think the Double or Nothing was all in. So it's like the first show was them 5. I think that were like the first to maneuver everything.
Right, but didn't Moxley show up at that first Double or Nothing for the first time?
I think he did. Yeah, that was a fucking crazy spot too. I enjoyed that shit. But it's all based on hate of WWE. Cody wasn't getting pushed at the time. We saw him do the sledgehammer gimmick. Let's not forget that Cody took his shots for sure at Triple H with the sledgehammer to the fucking chair. Jericho's always had his beef with the E, in whether that was him going back and forth, but he's clearly shown he's been frustrated. I believe Bucks is also disrespected at points in times to where they weren't going to be a WWE tag team. The only person that I truly don't know if they had any beef with E, and I haven't looked it up yet, was Kenny. But that wouldn't make any sense to me.
He was signed. He was signed to NXT for a hot second.
Okay.
So he at least was in the PC. So I maybe his beef isn't as heavy, quote unquote, but he was like
Yeah.
he at least was like in the PC for at least a month or some change, or maybe longer, to where you could argue that he saw how things worked and wasn't vibing with it. I guess you could argue that, I suppose.
A lot of my point is that a lot of the AEW's DNA is fuck WWE,
Right.
and that's just what it is. Even with like FTR, like we know like come on now,
Yeah.
fuck the revival, like that was like that's the whole they based their shit off of that. What not well at least back then. I don't know about now. I don't know if the people still feel that way, but the whole fucking company is based off of like fuck the other brand.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Yeah. Okay. So my second thing, real quick. Okay. So the Dynamite before, during that during that 6-man, it looked like Hangman got injured, right? And
yeah,
it did not. I mean, he sold it so well that it didn't. As far as the internet reaction, it didn't look like a work. And then I'll let you'll tell us the result of that. But I will say, because we were talking about how Triple H's new regime is good at keeping secrets. Usually AEW is really good at keeping secrets too, which is why it's like besides the CM Punk shit and a couple other random things, we never really hear the dirt that's going on backstage for the most part.
right.
And so it was kind of irritating or fucked up that after last week Dynamite, after that injury angle that we were getting with Hangman, who might have fucked up his ankle, someone immediately leaked that he was fine backstage. And I mean, as you know, I'm used to spoilers and shit as a wrestling fan, and now doing a podcast, so it's like I gotta be online for the most part. I just think that like, so whoever, I don't know, but whoever did that shit, whoever leaked it, you do better, because the way Hangman sold that shit, it looked legit. And y'all didn't fuck up a good spot this week, but what you're about to talk about could have been better if someone didn't tell the fucking Twitter that, oh, he's fine backstage, is just the work. Because the way he sold
Funny?
the way he sold it was good.
I completely missed it. I didn't even know somebody leaked it.
Oh,
I truly was like, I came in this week like, yo, is he really injured or is he not injured? Cause I saw like a lot of people were like debating between, I think like Meltzer had said that he was injured. And then like one of the AEW people came out, was like, this is why we tell our stories. Like, let us tell our stories, like or something to that sense.
yeah.
So I didn't know that was actually out there. So when I saw it on Dynamite, I was like, oh, I enjoyed this. Good angle.
That's what's up. Yeah, no, I purposely didn't put it in the chat either. But it's good that you didn't see it. But no, like dead ass, the same night of the show, someone leaked that shit, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Clearly, you must be new.
And we think it's like it's internal.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, someone had to, like, whether it's just a random writer or someone had to leak that shit. Because yeah, it was like, because the way it was written, or the way the post was, is like, yeah, someone backstage was like, yeah, I seen him backstage, he looks fine. And it's like, well, I mean, again, it's we live in an internet culture. There's spoilers everywhere.
Yeah, it's just gonna happen.
But it's like AEW's really good at keeping secrets. Why the fuck? Like, I don't know. Someone just fucked up. That is all. But the spot still worked. Tonight, this Wednesday still worked. It was still good. That was just my one gripe. Someone backstage, whoever it was, shut your mouth, please. Like, just shut your mouth. Anyway, please continue.
Just say you want to get released. just yeah. That leads. Yeah, he gets hit with he hits Swerve with the crutch, proves that he's not injured. Joe's sitting back to surprise, like, oh shit, this motherfucker really pulled this shit off. And it sets up even more so of the triple threat that's going to happen at Revolution. And I'm definitely excited for this triple threat. It's happening. Yeah, it happens tomorrow, this Sunday. And yeah, we're about to get some really, really dope fucking wrestling out of that. From Joe's perspective, for Joe, it's more so, you got to prove that you gotta keep this title reign. Like, I think, like I said, we said it like a couple times before in the pod, or I said it a couple times before in the pod, that like, yes, this is definitely Swerve's moment, but Joe's a really good champion. Like, having Joe as a champion, like he knows how to talk. He has a fear tactic in him to where people are scared of him. He's choking motherfuckers out. Like, I don't think we got a good. We only got a sample size of Joe winning. Um, I will also say that like I don't necessarily want. I don't want Hangman to win either. I don't think Hangman should get the title. I definitely think Swerve is my choice in winning this. But like I said before, it's either Swerve or Joe for me.
I, th- uh, man, I mean, it'll be a long show, but do you want to do a predictions?
Fuck, we can. We can look up the match card and we can do a prediction. We can do it. We can do that for sure.
We should end the show with that. But I'm gonna go. I think Joe should retain. I think you should. I think you keep the. I think you should keep the belt on Joe until you want to pull the trigger on Osprey or Okada.
What's funny is that like
I think.
Ooh, fuck! I forgot Okada is coming. Shit, bro.
Nope. Like deadass, no bias. I think it would benefit Swerve to wait a little longer and just keep it on Joe.
You don't think?
I don't. Like,
okay,
I don't like.
Ooh.
No, yeah, no. I think you should wait because I feel like, and we'll talk about this with the women's. Well, it's weird because I have the opposite opinion with the women's. I think Deonna should win because if you hot shot Mercedes to it, I think that's a better opponent for Mercedes to take the title off of than Tony, because again, Tony's such a big character, and I think you want to. Honestly, I think you should. It's weird. Oh no, it's not weird because AEW, they like to do their biggest matches immediately. I think you should hold that shit off because Tony's such a big character, and Mercedes will be a big character. I think you should hold that feud off for a while, and like I mean, they can interact, but I don't think you should have them fight immediately. I think, respectfully, I think Deonna would be a good transitional champion for someone as big as Mercedes, and then you wait until that Tony and Mercedes interaction, or that Britt and Mercedes interaction. And I feel that in the opposite way, yeah, and that's how I feel kind of about the men's, where it's like I feel like if you give Swerve the first black champion, like you give it to him, I feel like he's going to be transitional because we have Osprey and Okada like coming. I mean, Osprey's here now. I mean, he's not going to be here consistently because he has that Pac that that like he can go back home anytime he wants, essentially. But I don't know. I feel like it could fuck up the character, but I don't know. And that's me trying to be as unbiased as possible with him, particularly.
I'm in between because we're like Joe versus Osprey sounds dope to me. Joe versus Okada sounds fucking amazing to me. And then let's go Swerve versus Osprey. They've done it a couple times. They had banger matches, on like the indie circuit for sure.
Yeah,
and then you go Swerve versus Okada. Like, I'm fine with either way because it's all new to me. It's all fresh to me.
Mm-hmm.
The transitional champion, I feel, I don't know. I don't think that would be the case. But we've seen it before. We've seen, black champions get their fucking belts and like they're just their placeholder for, some bigger, more stronger push.
I mean, if we're just talking about that company in particular, Sheeta, both her last reigns were just transitional. It was just to hold it for Paige for a little second, and then just to hold it for Tony for a little second.
For Tony,
and then her first reign which was during the pandemic. Her and Rio mostly were. I mean, no, Sheeta, like, she barely defended the title. She was mostly during the pandemic era. She was on the fucking sideline with the fans when they had the wrestlers be the fans during COVID and shit. And it's like, what? She's the fucking champion. Why the hell is she not wrestling? And I feel like we have a.
And maybe I have to go back and look at Sheeta's history, but you could be onto something.
I mean, that's yeah. I just feel like with Swerve, because he does have momentum, and yes, you don't want to kill the momentum. I feel like similar to what we've been doing with Cody, or similar to what we've been doing with, or what we're kind of doing with Sammy right now, It might benefit him to wait because of the other two big ass signings that we just got.
And I guess my question is that, like, what do you do in the meantime if he doesn't get it? Like, where is he pushing him? Because Swerve can't keep beefing with like Hangman.
No.
I mean, we're gonna do Swerve Daniel. You're gonna do Swerve like BCC. Is Swerve gonna go against Jay White? Like, we have to figure out what that looks like for the next 6 months. And let's say Swerve gets it like double or nothing or some shit. I don't fucking know. However, when you talk about like you're talking about the women real quick and like Deanna and Mercedes and how like AEW likes to do their big matches. I don't necessarily think that like that's the big match. I think that like yes, we will end up seeing Deanna versus Mercedes, but I think the big matches are like Mercedes fucking Britt when Britt gets healthy.
Right.
I think the big matches are Mercedes when Jamie Hayter comes back. I think Mercedes versus Willow because they still got unfinished business. Like there's a lot of different angles that you can go for in this women's division. So even Mercedes versus Tony Storm, like there's different options you can go with before Mercedes gets the belt. Me personally, I wouldn't want to see her come in and immediately get the women's title. I don't think she needs it right now. I think she's good. Because her whole thing is that you want to prove that you can do this shit without the E. That's what we're trying to see. Is that are you better than what you were before? At least for me. I can't speak for anybody else, but I want to see like, can you do this shit? Are you really about this life without the backing of the production and everything like that? So yeah, getting back to Dynamite, we see that the Young Bucks are now backstage taunting at Sting, basically going around being the the assholes that they are, saying that they want to conduct an exit interview for Sting. They got the bats in tow. They're just trying to just rifle some shit. Very short promo. And then we get Blackpool Combat Club versus FTR and Eddie Kingston. Yeah, this was a pretty fucking dope match. It's just regular, like same thing as last week, where it's like BCC FTR beating the hell out of each other. Now you add another component in Eddie Kingston, who was I believe he was the fall guy in this, to where like he got slept out by Daniel. Like it's a great match. Left it feeling that like it left me more anticipating Daniel versus Eddie than it did the BCC FTR. Like I already know I'm getting out of that. I wasn't as invested in the Daniel or Bryan Danielson match, but now I'm like, damn, like these boys are about to fucking go off on each other. Overall, it was just 6 dudes beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
What more do you want from that?
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, based on the people that are in that match, that's pretty much what you should expect.
That's what you're getting.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it was cool. I will say I really need the Mad King, Eddie Kingston, to stop those chops because I hate them. They're terrible. I don't want them on my television.
The quick ones, the fucking fast chop. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
It doesn't.
But like, that's his shit.
I get it, but and I hate to be the old man yelling at a cloud. It just does not look real. Honestly, I feel like it does look. It's one of those things where it's like, if I'm trying to introduce someone to wrestling, I'm not going to show them that because I feel like that's going to make them not like it. Like there's already such a stigma, like, oh, it's fake, blah blah blah. It's like I'm not going to show them that. I'd rather show them, like the Texas Death Match or something. I'm not going to show them those fucking chops because, like,
it just makes him different. It makes his moveset different than like everybody else's, and I get it because it was. I was like,
make them look like they hurt. Then at least I don't.
Yes. So like, it's funny because it was a corner segment because like FTR is giving chops out to Claudio and Mox, and then you got Eddie Kingston in the corner just doing the fast fucking chops, and I'm like, this is interesting. I've never seen that before.
He's just slapping a man's titties.
It's like when you have like a dog and they trying to get inside, but the back patio's closed and they scratching the fucking door. Like it was just like What the fuck are you doing?
I did not know where you were going with that.
Oh fuck, man.
That's what
Oh
that's what Meek
man.
Mill said about Diddy.
Hey yo.
You got a dog and he's at the back patio, but you ain't trying to let him in.
You trying to let him in?
All right, continue.
Oh goodness gracious. Fucking hell.
We're topical.
After that match, we get a promo from Jericho, and it's like Atlantis is like one of his old like rivals and whatnot. And this made me think about like the O'Shea comment where he's like, "You got to give us a reason to like care about somebody." And this is just a backstory on like who Jericho has fought, the history of why he's fighting this guy. He's fighting this guy's kid, so he's fighting Atlantis Jr. And I was like, okay, I see what they're doing here. They're listening to the criticisms of like, hey, like make us care about who the fuck is on here. Even though I had no idea who the fuck Atlantis was or Atlantis Jr., I now have a little inside scoop on what the fuck to expect in this match.
And I have a question. Did that make you enjoy the match a little more?
I don't know. I think that like it definitely helped, but because I'm such like a wrestling fan, I would have watched the match regardless. I would have left confused, but at least I didn't leave confused this time around. At least I left like, oh, I know exactly who the fuck this is. So I guess in hindsight, it did work. I guess I enjoyed the match a little bit more with that like little bit of tidbit information.
Okay. See, this is
yeah,
growth. See, now you like first you were promo adjacent, but now you're promo curious.
This man just called me promiscuous.
Oh shit! What? Oh, oh man, no furtado. My God.
What? Oh fuck, bro. So from there we get the Will Ospreay is finally all elite. Any thoughts?
Bruv. No, I don't have any thoughts per se. I want to see him. Let's see what he does. I'm gonna just let it play out. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I already knew he was gonna be signed there. It's not. It's he's been in the product a few times. He's had a match with Kenny and some other people and shit. He's part of the family. Okay, yeah, I would say a thought because yeah, he fights Takeshita.
Konosuke.
Yeah, let's just do Konosuke. So like I was saying last week, it seemed like this is their way to like get him out of the family. It looks like he's gonna be a face, which is cool. I guess I don't know if he's a better heel or
promo
face.
was him leaning out of
yeah. I don't know which one he's better at. I don't know his. I'm not familiar with his game that much.
Neither am I.
Yeah, I mean, let's. All I can hope for is that he does not. All I can hope for is that he's a little more consistent than Pac, and that he doesn't fizzle out quickly like what happened with Jay White. If I've
seen people saying that.
If those two things happen, then he'll be fine, and it's a great sign for AEW.
But do we give them the same leeway that we give the E to where like storylines are already like being built? Do we give them the same leeway as where like maybe after Rev we start seeing like Jay White get a little bit more into shit? Because I did see that people were like, man, Jay White just hasn't done anything, and what I can say is that Jay White has been active on the shows, so he's been there. So I can say that like he's showing up, he's going to work and whatnot, comparative to like some of the other shit that have heard where the superstars are like, no, I don't want to do that, and just not showing up.
Right. The reason why the internet has such a like, oh man, they're fumbling him, or he's not doing shit.
Jay White's nice.
Yeah, it's because he's nice as shit, and he legitimately was at that like before he got signed. He legitimately was the hottest free agent wrestler of the planet. And the only reason he apparently didn't go to the E was because at the time, that's when they were doing like the merger with TKO, so they were doing a hiring freeze at the moment, and so it's like he's not going to stay with New Japan. He was already done. He has friends at the other company. They're going to give him a bag, so it made sense to go there. You know,
Yeah, I see what you mean. Tony has an issue, like not an issue like personally, but like you have talent everywhere. Like you need to get some of these people out, but it's kind of hard to do that when you have what 5 hours of wrestling, a week. I understand the problem. So yeah, hopefully they figure that. Hopefully, like like after Revolution, which is their mania, we get more storylines with something. I think that you'll see Okada, and you'll probably see Okada versus Jay White. That might be something they throw out down the line.
Is it their
I don't
mania?
fucking know.
Dude,
Well, no, not really. I think Double or Nothing.
Okay, yeah, because
it's
like
probably like their mania.
It's hard to tell. I mean, through the 4 years, and that's another reason.
Like, what's your biggest shows?
Yeah,
but when every show you treat as big, it's kind of like that's their thing.
Yeah, like
I don't think they have the leeway to not treat every show like it's big. WWE, you can get away with having the 4 main shows, and let's say Backlash is not a hit comparative to like AEW, who's a brand new company. So like 4 or 5 years in, every show has to fucking hit. You don't get that leeway,
right? But I mean, even WCW, they had Bash at the Beach, Halloween Havoc, Starcade. They had some that were. I'm not saying AEW doesn't have established pay-per-views. It's just hard for me to tell which ones are the what's the tier? What's the S rank? What's the A rank? What's the B, C, D? Because if I had to guess, I would say Forbidden Door is the S, only because it's Forbidden Door and it's like this crazy thing. But based on the booking of the last 2 Forbidden Doors, it doesn't give that vibe to me. Besides, I guess the Daniel Okada match, but it's not like it was for a title or nothing. And Daniel ended up getting hurt, which you can't control that. I don't know. Anyway, I would say it's hard for me to tell what the ranking is or what the order of importance.
I would say Forbidden Door, Double or Nothing, All In, Revolution. I think those are their 4 very important ones.
Yeah, if I had to choose right now, I would agree with your order. I think that makes sense.
They're like that's probably like their 4 main ones. You just a quick reason being is that Forbidden Door ties you with different promotions, and people want to see that. Mad Eyes, All In is like what they were built off of, which is All In. Plus, that's the one that they're doing in like Wimbledon.
Ooh, okay. So okay, yeah, that's right. That's what they did in Wembley. Okay, All In might be number 1.
It might be number 1.
They might be tied with Forbidden Door. I feel like Forbidden Door might be the spinoff number 1, and then All In is the number 1. Then Double or Nothing, then Revolution.
Yeah, I think that's probably like. But then you got Full Gear, and Full Gear is a good one too. But so like that's what I'm saying. It's like we don't really know, but like they have like really good fucking pay-per-views. Like all of them are pretty fucking solid.
Yeah.
It's just hard. It's hard.
When they get more, I feel like they'll yeah. Anyway, yeah.
They'll be able to space it out a little bit more to where where the big ones are hitting at. I think right now it's just hard for me to know what's next. I don't know what their next pay-per-view is. I have no idea. To in WWE, I know that after Mania is like Backlash because that's what happens, or Backlash after Mania, whatever the fuck they call it. Yeah, we get Will Ospreay. He's all elite. I think the only thing that threw me off is I've seen clips of Will Ospreay, but I've never seen him talk. That man is Aussie as hell. That man's accent I never knew that's how he sounded. He came out crazy with the bruvs, and I was like, oh shit, this man is up there with the Grayson Waller. He has the
bro. Just watch a couple KSI movies or videos. You'll be good.
Nah, for sure. No, that's exactly what that's fucked up. But I thought about that. I was like, damn, this thing sound like KSI.
Just try not to laugh.
We get the Callis family comes out. They are, excited to bring him in. We see Ospreay's hesitant. Konosuke doesn't shake him up either. So they're building like the fucking beef for that. Osprey is like kind of like maybe I'm not going to be inside the Don Callis family. We'll see how that works. But I do believe that he's probably on his way out. Like he's going to be a face. After that, we get a Nick. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say which they need because similar to the conversation we were having earlier with like when Cody leaves, then Sammy's like the biggest face. Like they don't have a like if I was to ask you right now who's the biggest face in this company right now, you probably say MJF, and he's not working. So then after that is probably what, Orange Cassidy, and he's not the top card. So it's like, yeah, you need a big star who's a face, and Okada will probably be a face too. Which then when Okada comes, they'll probably make homie Bruv heel or something. But yeah, no, you need a face because yeah, Young Bucks are healing the fuck up. Sting's about to leave.
Darby's a face.
Yeah, Darby's a face, but he's not as of right now. Like
he's a mid card face. Yeah,
he's a mid card face because that 4 Pillars match proved that it proved that all those other 3 guys were not ready or not on MJF's level. Respectfully, I mean Darby is the next one up. I would say Sammy's second to last, and then Jack Perry. No, Jack Perry's way further than Sammy, and Sammy fucking.
No, I forgot about Jack. Yeah.
So, anyway, all right. Fuck. Okay. We need Will as a face right now, at least, because
we need a face.
Yeah, because Takesha's heel. No one likes Chris Jericho right now. BBC are tweeners. Like they can be heel one week and face the next. Like so, it's like we need someone who's established.
House of Black is a heel. Like you need like a face.
Like who is the superhero? Who Anyway, Orange Cassidy versus Nick
Wayne. So I've heard about the kid. He can win. They had a show in Portland. I was down there and I saw Nick Wayne come out and he wrestled. I was like, oh, this is the kid they're talking about. Like the 19-year-old prodigy or some shit like that. He was mad young. Like he'd been wrestling or whatever. Tony signs him like straight out of high school. I think I found out about him like 2 years ago. Like he was like a junior in high school, some shit making noise.
Yeah. Let me look at this poster. No, you keep talking. Let me look at this. Okay. So I saw Nick Wayne for the first time February 25th, 2022.
Damn.
Yeah, it was at Prestige. It was the Roseland show, and he was in a match, and at that time. Oh fuck! I'm talking way far from the Mac. I'm sorry. So yeah, I saw him.
No, I still got you.
February 20th, 2022, and at that time, I think he was like 19 or something. And then even the commentator or the announcer was like, "You're going to see him soon at AEW." So yeah, he was signed. He was for sure signed, secretly signed in 2022 for sure.
So like, I got a glimpse of it, and I seen Kid is next up. Like Kid has mad talent. Not next up, like next up for a title, nothing like that. I don't mean that, but I mean like the Kid is going to be a star. Like he's the future for sure. He moves fluid. He's just naturally a really good performer in the ring. He sells well. His execution moves are great. Like the Kid he's the future for sure. That's one of the ones that you try to lock in and like, just he's only going to get better. Like he's really fucking good.
Yeah.
From there, Kingdom comes out for distractions. Not Kingdom. No, it was Kingdom. Yeah, because they're Orange Cassidy faces Roderick. So Kingdom comes out for the distractions, and then Best Friends come out and it stops the distraction, and Orange Cassidy gets the win.
Yeah, and as soon as Cassidy wins, Roderick Strong attacks him.
Yep.
And then Best Friends and Undisputed. Yeah, pretty much a brawl.
Yeah. So that's basic pay-per-view like match or pay-per-view like pre-match where you're just trying to get the energy up. Next up we get Statlander versus Sky Blue. Statlanders comes out with Willow and Stokes. Sky Blue comes out with Julia Hart, and the rumors must be true to where like she is a little injured and she's not performing right now because we haven't seen Julia Hart in like a while.
Yeah.
I didn't really have anything for the match. I saw it, I enjoyed it, but there was no like clean like takeaways from me for this. Like it was just a regular match to me. I did see that Stoke he tries to interfere to help Statlander. Statlander gets distracted, gets hit by the cold blue. Sky Blue gets the win.
Nice. Nice.
We get the Jericho versus Atlantis Junior match. This was a match where it was good. Once again, I have no attachment to Atlantis Junior. Like the promo helped, but it didn't like change my depiction on anything. It was the first time in the match where I seen like somebody on the like his manager threw in the towel. Like he didn't tap, he didn't get pinned, but he was taking the beating so bad that his dad throws in the towel, and that's what stops the match. Never seen that shit before in my life. It was,
oh really?
And I don't know I don't know if I like it or not. I've just never seen it like in a wrestling match.
The Okada Kenny match that I saw, Cody Rhodes threw in the towel for Kenny, which set up the Bullet Club Civil War 8. Anyway,
never seen that.
Yeah, it was my first New Japan and only New Japan match I ever watched, actually. Our show. Anyway, yeah. Okay. All right. So Chris Jericho is the most popular guy right now for multiple reasons.
You think he is?
No, he's not. He's not the most popular guy.
Oh, I was like, no. I was like, I don't want to see Chris Jericho. I have nothing against him as like a person. Oh, there's probably is some shit you probably shouldn't be against him as a person.
His wife was definitely during the Jan 6 Capitol thing. Allegedly.
Allegedly. I just don't want to see Jericho. I think I've seen him too much. Like he's on every show. He's always booking himself inside something, and I don't need. Just go sit in the back for a little bit, bro.
Yeah,
sit on ice.
It's been this way for like the last 2.5 years, if not a little longer. But he is the quote from Batman where it's like you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, because he's exactly what he hated during the WCW, dying off period. He attaches himself to one of the hottest, like he tries to attach himself to the hottest act, and he siphons the fuel and life force out of these motherfuckers. And also, okay, what I was about to say though was, okay, because right now it says, I mean, I'm looking at the website again, and I'm like, just to remember what happened, and it says Lionheart Chris Jericho. Now, I remember when they were doing this during the MJF feud, when he had to go through the trials of MJF or whatever the fuck.
Right.
And he has the Painmaker, he has Lionheart. Does Chris Jericho deserve different...
The Ocho.
Does he deserve different forms? Like Super Saiyan? Do you consider him the Mankind? Or like, does he deserve these different forms where it's believable to where it's like, I'm Lionheart now, so I can do a lion salt, or I'm Painmaker, so I'm gonna wear some face paint? Like, does he deserve the other personas?
I think deserve is a interesting term. I wouldn't say deserve. I think that like everybody wants to like invent themselves and reinvent themselves, but like I wouldn't necessarily like think that.
For a lack of a better
I'm
term,
against it, but it doesn't change anything for me though. Like when you do like, oh, the Finn's the demon, like you get a whole different move set and stuff like that. And for the most part, we get the same kind of like Jericho, just different names.
Yeah. So that's kind of my like. Yeah, that's yeah. It doesn't feel like anything's different other than maybe the jacket he wears.
Like the Painmaker, I understand. Painmaker is a character. Like he puts on like the face paint and he wears the studded jacket with the hat. I get that. Lionheart is, I guess, supposed to be his more agile form. I'm treating this nigga like he Frieza.
Yeah, exactly. That's Lionheart, what I'm saying. Like, does like at this stage of his career and based on the way he performs on a consistent basis,
does it work? I don't know if it works.
Right, and especially because every single version still comes out to the same. It still comes out to Judas, like with Finn, or like with Finn and Demon Finn, or Mankind, or fucking, I can't even think of anybody else. I don't know, when Hulk Hogan was Hulk Hogan versus NWO, Hulk Hogan versus when he was Mr. America. Those are like they had different attire, they had different music.
He does have different music for like different parts of or different factions of Jericho. Like I remember when he was doing like the whole like fuck. It was him, Menard, like they were doing some kind of like stable, and they had different music for their interests and whatnot. I can't remember Painmakers. I didn't really pay attention to that. Maybe Painmakers was Judas. I'm not sure, but like when he does team up with somebody, they do get like different music or whatever. But I still don't think it like does anything particular for me.
Well, you know, teaming up with someone is one thing, but I'm saying like with the different characters, like Dude Love, Mankind, Cactus Jack, they were all different characters.
Oh yeah, different
like
characters,
legitimately
different music,
different
things.
characters. Like between
Yeah.
like Lionheart Jericho and the AEW Jericho, the bubbly, those to me are the same Jerichos. But
They're the same Jericho.
Painmaker's different at least because he has a hat and makeup, but it still comes out the Judas. Does that make sense?
So yeah, no, it does. It definitely makes sense. So what you're saying is that like we need to have more like character with your changes. So for example, when Cactus Jack came out, you didn't say Cactus Jack and then above his name was parentheses Mankind. Like you knew that that character was Cactus Jack. You didn't need to know that like he used to be Mankind. You just knew him as fucking Cactus Jack. I get that. That makes sense. Like, yes, he needs to differentiate or maybe have something a little bit more visibly different when it comes to like, you know, his different characters.
But yeah, he wins with the Lion Tamer or the Walls of Jericho, and like you said, senior Atlantis Senior threw in the towel for him, and yeah, so he wins by submission.
It was interesting because like his dad gets in there, throws in the towel, dad gets in there, and he gets in Jericho's face, and then he like shakes his hand. I was like, wait, what is this? Are you mad at him yelling at him, or are you like accepting that he beat your son? I don't fucking know. C plus for me. C plus match for me. This is my favorite moment of the fucking show. This is the match of the week, but it's not the match of the week. It was Young Bucks come out to set up the promo for like, you know, where's Sting, you know, just causing mayhem, XYZ. They take the bats when Sting's or Darby, they hit Darby they get Darby out the crowd. Darby takes off his Sting mask.
Well, they don't get
him, they start attacking.
They don't get him out the crowd. He does the Sting bit where he's wearing a mask and then pulls it off, and then yeah. And then they beat his ass.
They beat the brakes off of him. Sting's music hits, and then we see like the classic like Sting coming out the rafters, which gave me goosebumps because as a kid, like I never got to see WCW, so I never got to see him do it. And I thought for a fact, like you're not gonna see him do it again. There's no fucking way. And like his last Dynamite, he comes out the rafters. Like that was such a fucking dope thing to see. Like I said, early as a kid, you saw the clips, you saw like he used to be in the rafters and whatnot, but to see it in person as an adult is fucking dope. It reminds me of like the quote that he came out and he was like, the little Stingers aren't so little no more. They're all older now. They're all like, you know, grown adults now. They're all grown up. And I'm like, damn, bro, like, yeah, if you grew up on Sting in WCW, you are now a fucking like, you know, adult. So yeah, it was a very special moment. I thought it was really dope. I thought it was also dope because I think there was like a story that came out today where like Tony had spoke to like Owen Hart's wife to make sure it was okay for him to do that. Like we wanted to make sure that, you know, it's cool, you know, not cool, but like you gave your permission for us to do this bit, even though, you know, like how this shit happened for Owen Hart, which I thought that was fucking dope too.
You know, that it's cool. It's cool. I don't know if it was necessary, but it's cool, and I respect the respect. I would say though, it's one of those things that did we need to publish it? It just seemed it seemed like it was one of those moments where it's like you're trying to just get good PR, but
it's the I'm gonna go feed the homeless and pull up the cameras.
Hey, by the way, guess what we did? We asked for permission. It just seemed
my YouTube is in the bottom of the screen. Yeah, I see what you mean. But like, you didn't really need to put that out there that we asked for permission. Nobody really needs to know that.
No, I mean it does. Yeah, it is
because the spot would have been great with or without us knowing that information.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything for me. But like I said, I respect the respect.
I respect.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not going to hate on her, like because they do have a working relationship with her with the Bret or with the Owen Hart Classic or whatever it's called, Owen Hart Tournament. So I respect the respect.
I think like that's more so is like, you know, we're gonna go out our ways to speak to the people that were affected by the wrestling business and just make sure that like, oh, you're okay with this happening. I get it.
Oh
Go ahead.
man, okay. You saying that though, maybe just like remember, like they had Chris Benoit's kid on television like twice. Granted, he's not part of the murders or anything.
That's what I'm saying. You can't pin that on him.
No, you can't.
You also can't erase Benoit from like history either.
Nigga,
Like
yes,
the WWE tries to do.
Fuck him.
This nigga's got Vince promos and shit still popping up. No. I mean personally, I'm not watching anything Chris Benoit. But I mean like the way they try to scrub that information out, and you got Vince as a piece of shit. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, no,
like,
they all can go. Let's keep the same energy. Scrub that. Like,
no, for sure.
It's like,
yeah. But you can't blame him.
No,
I can't blame his son for that.
Yeah, no, I'm not blaming his son. I'm just being that was me. Like, that was me being facetious. I was joking, guys. But no. Again, I respect as far as the Sting moment. No, I was being facetious. I will admit that. I was joking.
Yeah. So it sets up. Sting comes out with the bats. He's fucking up Young Bucks. It sets up the fucking Revolution match that we're getting tomorrow. I will say before, like, we get off of AEW real quick, Sting is getting the farewell that he deserves for sure. I think this is it's really fucking dope to see you go on top, go out your way.
We don't know if he's going on top. Yeah.
We don't know, but you are definitely going out like, how you want to go out. And I've said it before. I think Young Bucks beating Sting it sets them up. It puts them over. And like you said, in that same breath, that typically talent puts over the talent. So I wouldn't be surprised if Young Bucks get the win over fucking Sting and they just carry that momentum, because that's definitely what would help the business out. And all wrestlers want to help the business.
And Sting is an old head, so I do believe he will go out taking the L. And also, he's never... I mean, technically, he doesn't even have to take the pin. And he's never been pinned. No. If I remember, if I'm not mistaken, on this episode, he's never lost a match in AEW, if I'm correct.
No.
And yeah, so he's also never
seen
so he's never been he's never lost a match, which he's always in tag matches. He's never had a singles match, so he's never lost a tag match. And therefore he's also never been pinned or submitted. So knowing him being an old head, again, I'm of the belief that Bucks will probably go over and win. But hypothetically, or just fantasy real quick, again, before we leave AEW, let's say they do win.
Mm-hmm.
Sting and Darby. This is still his last match, therefore the titles would probably have to be vacated.
Mm-hmm.
How would you handle that situation?
Like AEW always handles it. Tag tournament classic.
Okay.
They're going to fucking throw some kind of like tag team tournament or some shit like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which is why I don't want them to carry it over. Right. I'd rather you just take the loss and then like we have Young Bucks as the tag team champions. So, like, don't give me no goddamn tag team classic. I'll still watch it because I love fucking wrestling. But goddamn, bro, if I can call out your plays like this, don't do it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a tag team classic. Blackpool Combat Club's probably gonna win, and then they'll fucking fight FTR somewhere. I don't fucking know. Before we get into SmackDown, you know what time it is. It's time for your favorite audio break. So right now we got some real chill lo-fi. I'm back in my bag. We got some shit pulling up. We'll be back after the audio break. I will catch you later.
Yes, boy.
Peace. Right. back, people. Hopefully you enjoyed the tunes. You know, same old, same old. We dropping beats every episode. Graps and raps, baby. That's the new hashtag. I'm gonna make shirts. This is graps and raps, and hopefully people
We might
understand. It
need
might
to
be a German.
we might need to make sure that's not taken already, which is why
This is also true. I'm gonna go and check it out. I hope not. I mean, it might. It's very similar.
I feel like it.
I'll figure some shit out.
Which is why we don't only bump beats. We talk about bumping meats.
Now that's not taken.
I don't think that's taken.
Bumping beats and bumping meats is crazy. You can't wear that. You can't wear nowhere except for bad boy parties. But we'll get into that later.
Hey. Take that.
Take that. Oh fuck! All right, it is now time for everybody's favorite show on Friday, SmackDown. I can't say that. Let me reverse that. A very good show, not everybody's favorite show, but a very good show on Fridays, SmackDown. You want to take this one away, man? It's 40-minute promos. Like, go ahead. This is you. I want to hear your thoughts on it. I got my thoughts too.
Okay, all right. So yes, we open with the Bloodline, and we open with the OG Bloodline minus Jay, and Roman 3 times asked the crowd to acknowledge him. I'm sensing a little insecurity.
That doesn't sound good enough to me.
Yeah,
me, crowd's chanting Rocky too, which is fucking nuts.
Right. I mean, again, fickle, Yeah. So yeah, and Roman's like, if y'all ain't saying, if y'all, I ain't feeling it. I'm gonna do this one more time, and if y'all don't give it to me the way I want it, we gonna go. I'm gonna leave. We're gonna get out of here.
I made my appearance.
Yeah, I made my which I feel that, and again, I think that's one of their insider jokes. Paying attention to the internet, and it's like, hey man, I showed up. I was here. I'm here. I'll go.
Hey, you know what's? And side note, to be fair, he's right. He's showing up. Yeah. But Brock had the title and did not show up. That nigga was nowhere to be found except for pay-per-views.
Yeah, fuck. Hey, I'm here. And so yeah, he does it 3 times, and he's like, all right, fuck it, we out. All right, bet. And then Heyman's like, wait, but we gotta, we're not done here. We got something else to do. We gotta bring out your cousin. And at this moment, they hit to commercial break, but right before that, you see some frustration on Roman's face with Heyman saying that. And it's like, I gotta stay in Arizona. You gotta bring out my cousin. Like, you see some frustration, which I think it's some more seeds being planted.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so yeah, after the commercial, The Rock comes out. This is when things get a little irritating. Besides the amount of time that this promo took, we get the screen blacks out 2-3 times, maybe more. Apparently,
what the fuck's up with that?
Okay, so apparently it was because of the Die Rocky Die sign. And
the nigga had a Die Rocky Die sign?
Yes. Again, we're trying to restore.
Relax.
We're trying to restore the feeling, bro. Yes, please, you guys. Again, chill.
Relax.
Back to our earlier conversation. Chill. But as far as restoring the feeling, kayfabe wise, yeah, Die Rocky Die. And yeah, apparently that's the reason why this screen blacked out. Now I seen that on Twitter. I'm not sure how confirmed that is.
Mm-hmm.
And my counter to that is just change the camera angle. Like blacking out the screen, thinking people's cable went out or some shit. That is not the answer. And
it happened a couple times.
Yeah, it happened. It happened for sure at least 3 times. And I'm not trying to take the sign away either. I'm not trying to be that person, because I was a huge, that's always been a negative thing with the E since I've been rewatching. It's like, oh, they take fans' signs away or whatever. But you guys got 1,000 different cameras. Just change the angle. I don't know. Blacking out the screen was not the answer. Yeah. And then on top of blacking out the screen, there was multiple bleeps, and whether that was for holy shit or whether that was Die Rocky Die, their speculation. But according to some people at the show, there was not Die Rocky Die chance. It was mostly holy shit chance. So they were bleeping holy shit. But It's like, man, you can't black out screens and give us a bunch of bleeps, because that made an already 40-minute fucking chore just even more irritating, because like it's similar to what you were saying with, like, you know, the street fight and shit happening in the commercial. It's like we're getting a lot of empty airtime. It's just me sitting on my couch listening and seeing nothing for like 40 seconds.
Yeah, like I don't like. I get it, because you know you are on like a fucking network, and maybe the network has like, you know, stipulations or rules like, hey, we don't want to see, you know, harmful Rocky dies or holy shits. And the crazy thing is that, like, bleeping out the holy shits, I get it, you're on TV, but we hearing way worse. Your 5-year-old kid is hearing you cuss up a fucking storm. Like, you can't protect anybody. If anybody's hearing holy shit on TV and getting, like, you know, pressed about that, like, bro, come on, grow up.
I mean,
like,
and also it's on Fox. Like, this, we're talking about a network that supported storming the
runs
Capitol.
Family Guy.
Oh, and also that I was being political with mine. This ain't the political show.
Remember earlier, you was like, I didn't know where you was going with that. That was, I definitely didn't see you going there. That was fucking crazy. I was like, yeah, you know, they run Family Guy and Simpsons. You're like, no, they stormed the fucking Capitol. Like,
Fox News, they was telling people to take silver. Anyway, like, it's just, man, yeah, I don't know. I feel like you could have blurred the sign, because I mean, we're like, for us, we're West Coast, so blacking out the screen to me was very unnecessary. Now, as far as the live audience goes, that's different. But as someone who's watching the show 3 hours later, blacking out the screen to me is completely unnecessary. So
yeah. All right. Well,
that's my take.
Yeah, we get on the promo.
But yeah, let's get into the promo. Fucking... Rock does his he does a stand up for a little bit. You know, he's like, I might have Solo sing the anthem. He gets into his bag, which is hit and miss for me, because again, I don't go up for everything, and some of his stuff, like Seth was saying, is like, it's not new material, you guys. Like, he's just regurgitating.
But it's just regurgitated.
Yeah, it's regurgitated, but the way he's doing it, at least yesterday, as far as that video 20-minute promo, and as far as what SmackDown went, it felt a little fresher than what we saw this last month and some change.
And it's gonna be rough. Like, the thing is, when you come back, especially as long as Rock's been gone, like, you're gonna dig into your old bag, see what works, and just elevate and evolve. It's like a comedian in that sort of sense.
You gotta throw some noodles on the wall and see which one dangles,
and see which one sticks, and comes back. I think they next show he said he was gonna be was Dallas, Texas, so they'll be there, you know, and then Friday.
Yeah, and then he'll be at the show after that. He's here. Yeah, he's here.
Yeah, he's in. I think there was a segment where he was like, he asked like if there's a lot of people from Phoenix there.
Wait, before
in Glendale.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he does some crowd work and talks. Before that, he does something that I love, and I mentioned it last week. And if this is how he starts every promo, I'm here for it. The first thing he says, "Are you sure you want to boo The Rock?"
You sure want to boo The Rock?
I don't know why I love that. Again, it's like it's like Sammy's arm drag. I don't know why I love it. Sometimes I pop for the simple shit, but there's something about that this new heel TKO board corporate Rock that there's something about. Are you sure you want to boo me? There's something about that that's super fucking fire, especially if you kind of blur the lines and you base things off of his real life the last couple of years, how Black Adam flopped, and like some of the Fast and Furious backlash and XFL stuff or whatever. There's something about that line that makes, because of the real life history that's been going on the last couple of years, there's something about that line that I fucking love. I don't know. I just pop for it.
No, it's great to like use a term or phrase that you can also like use for, oh, you don't like The Rock in movies? Are you sure you want to boo The Rock? Like, you can use that over in Hollywood. You can use that over here in like the wrestling world. Like it just transcends. And that's what Rock's good at. It's making quotables. Like that's gonna be on a shirt. Like the fuck.
Yeah. And shit. Yeah. So yeah, go into the crowd because I have one quote. I mean, he had a couple, like you said, quotables.
Yeah, there's a couple quotes.
There's a couple.
There's a couple. So they're in Glendale, and he comes out. He's like, "Oh, is there anybody from Phoenix out here?" He said, "I did some research on Phoenix, and this is a true fact. Phoenix, Arizona, is the #1 city in the U.S. for meth and cocaine use." And I'm like, "Fuck, bro!" Like, I didn't see him saying that shit. And that shit was so fucking funny. I was like, "Damn." I'm like, where'd you pull that shit from? But it's great to see like just these wild fucking takes from like adult Rock, especially when it's like I did my research and I realized that all you motherfuckers are meth heads.
Yeah, and the crowd was going up for it, and it was funny because you're right. He was like, yeah, I did my research, and this is a true fact, you guys. This is true. This is real fact. You guys do a lot of cocaine and meth. And the crowd is chanting holy shit, like yeah, Rock, roast us, man. Yeah, I love that.
Rock, I'm high right now, Rock.
Yeah, woo,
peanut butter and crack sandwich.
Woo, NASCAR and PBR, baby.
NASCAR and PBR.
One of the ones I liked was like he calls them cactus. Yeah, he calls them cactus eating crackheads.
Yep. Cactus loving crackheads.
They said meth head Marys and crackhead Karens. That's another one.
The meth head Marys and crackhead Karens was fucking comedy, bro.
Yeah, he actually almost broke when he said it because he almost struggled saying it because meth head Mary. I'd never heard of meth head Mary. That shit is
meth head Marys.
Like,
especially bro, we up in the Northwest. We should have been done coined that. Meth head Marys is fucking wild, yo.
Oh man, fentanyl Freds.
Fentanyl Freds. No, Fenny Jennies.
That's so great. Oh my god, that's so great. Oh man, when we get a Patreon, that's gonna be our first shirt. Fenny Jennies. You get
Fenny Jennies.
That's fucking great.
Oh shit, man. Fuck.
And then he does one of my favorite lines that I when I play Smash Bros. When I used to play Smash Bros. Competitively, it used to be one of my favorite lines. I used to tweak it, but he's like, yeah, he was talking to Cody Rhodes. He's like, you want to go 1-on-1 with the Great One? Like, what? Like, no, like there's no 1-on-1 with the Great One.
With the Great One?
Yeah, no, that shit is fire. I love that line. And then he's like, you want to go 1-on-1 with the Great One? So does every lady in here. Any lady want to go 1-on-1 with the Great One? Oh man,
none of them can handle the 22 inches. I'm like, hey, yo, like, bro, the fuck? What? No, it's not like that. Rock's just talking about the pythons. I'm like, oh my goodness.
And I was like, okay. The pythons like, because I'm gonna wrap my arm around your neck and choke you out or some shit. And I was like, all right. Now you brought it back. Because at first you lost me. I was like, damn, 22 inches. I started to feel insecure for a second. I was like, what the fuck? Hold on, bro. Like, my wife is watching this, bro.
Turn this shit off. You're talking about a 22 inch? I'll just treat that shit like a black dad. What the hell you watching, boy? Shut this shit off.
He's like, get your mouth out the gutter. Funny. Rock is talking about his pythons.
Talking about his pythons. The crazy part is that when he did the whole, like, every woman wants to be with the Rock, like, the girls in the crowd is going fucking nuts. You heard a lot of, like, women, like screams in there. Yeah. And I'm like, imagine. You just sitting there and your wife screaming for the Rock. Or my, like, hell nah. Get your ass up. The hell's going on here? Screaming for the Rock.
It's one of those restore the feeling moments. It's something that, like, old Shawn Michaels or Ric Flair would have done for sure. Also.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Nah, 90 Shawn Michaels was a fucking menace. I mean, like, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah, and Ric Flair was 30 times more egregious. Like, yeah, no, he's
Man,
I'm leaving here with your lady, whining, dining, flying, jet flying.
DX had them showing like titties in the crowd. Like that's a wild time. That's a wild time to be in,
Yeah.
for sure.
And then
He then comes out.
Go for it.
And he does doesn't get a singles match, but Rock makes night one a tag team match that we've all been waiting for. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins versus The Rock and Roman Reigns.
And he labeled it as
night one.
Yep, and he labeled it as a counter offer. And he's like, if you don't, and this is the stipulations. If you guys win, the bloodline will be banned. And you have my word for it. You have The Rock's word for it. As a board member, as a man, you have my word. No interference.
Sign contracts.
Yeah, we'll sign contracts. No one interferes. But if we win, when we win, it's bloodline rules. Anything goes.
Anything goes.
Which, based on last week's episode, if it is bloodline rules, which I'm assuming it is going to be bloodline rules.
Yep.
There better be some fucking blood. There better be some pineapple trees. There better be a gut. I really like pineapple, actually. I think it does belong on pizza.
I agree. But fucking fire.
Yeah, thank you. See, this is why we're good hosts together. But yeah, no, so essentially they're super stacking the odds against Cody, which again, it's good. Man, the way that again, we were talking about it multiple times, but there's so many different ways that this story can play out. Like the other week, people were like, "Man, Seth is going to turn. I think Seth is going to turn." Then you got, man, Rock is probably going to turn, which is honestly, I think that's what's going to happen. But who knows? Fucking, they're doing some really good shit.
Yeah, and it got me thinking towards like, yo, if we do bloodline rules, like, because let's say hypothetically they win the night one, or they lose night one, which I think is probably the best way to tell the story. Bloodline rules, anything can happen, anything goes. It's like fucking, I don't know. I think I could see The Rock like turning, or you could see Seth getting a little bit more involved than he should have in like, a bloodline rules match, because anything goes. Because yes, the term anything goes works well for the bloodline, but it also works very well for Cody, who can have people who can come out to help him out. Like, I think, like, hypothetically, you have a tag team match night one, you have Jimmy J also night one, which carries over into night two, and which carries over into Cody's match. I think Jay ends up helping Cody get his. I think Seth ends up helping Cody get his. So we'll see.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Okay, is there anything else with that?
No, remember, he does his if you smell, and then Roman asks for the mic.
Yeah, so yeah.
And Roman puts his hand out.
Yep. It says,
and
look, I'll do anything for the family, but I need just this one thing for me.
I need this from you. This one thing from you.
I need you.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Just acknowledge me. I need you to
acknowledge me.
We do AMSR.
Well, I mean, shit. He was real. I mean, yeah. He wants to be acknowledged. And they were in their acting bag. It was real dramatic. It was
very dramatic.
If it was Carl and AJ, they would have kissed. But these are cousins.
You gotta fucking
stop. And that's
bro.
gross.
Cannot be. You cannot. You cannot keep going. Can't keep getting away with this.
Hey, man. Hey.
Yeah, man. It was dope. It was a dope moment because we've been all waiting to see if Rock was going to acknowledge Roman. Everybody's been wondering in the back of his head, like, is he going to do it? Is he going to say it? Like, he comes out, I acknowledge you, my tribal chief, in the most dramatic Rock way ever. Yeah. It's like Rock was pulling from his Scorpion King bag. This was definitely some dramatics he was trying to pull out. This wasn't Fast and Furious Dwayne Johnson. This was The Rock and Scorpion King. It was like, we ain't got to be this dramatic about this shit. But yeah, he acknowledges Roman. Roman gets what he's looking for. And it just felt I guess the term the kids call it today is the ick. It gave me the ick. I didn't really. I don't know. There's something about like the way it happened. Not saying like not story wise, it didn't give me the ick, but I just felt like something's about to happen. Something is brewing up to where this shit's not gonna slide. Rock don't acknowledge nobody. Old Rock, new Rock, young Rock, it don't matter. That man has been the menace since day one.
It doesn't matter who the Rock acknowledges.
You see what I'm? Oh my! If you would have broke that out, I would have popped, bro. What?
And also,
It doesn't matter. What? It popped.
He puts up the L again, which Heyman noticed.
Again,
Heyman noticed this time, which I saw a screenshot today because I didn't notice it when I was watching TV, but it seemed like Heyman noticed the L this time. Which is interesting. More stories being planted, more seeds, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. He converts it. He was like, it starts with the L, and he converts it a little bit into the one. Or the. It's like, all right. So I see you now. You see, he sees that we see it, or they see that we see it, and they're just making subtle like story changes in it. I like it. WWE's paying attention to the details right now.
Yeah,
and they have everybody on like the tips of their toes, like on the edges of their seats.
Yeah, it's good shit. It's good shit. Yeah, he acknowledges him as a tribal chief, which is wild.
They fucking the "you sold out" chance was crazy,
which is also wild because again that's when you get into the fickle fan shit because that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are mad that The Rock is even showing up. Now you're saying he sold out to his cousin. It's not like he went to fucking. I don't know. It's not like he was working at Dutch Bros and went to Starbucks. He didn't sell out. That's his fucking cousin, you guys. I don't understand. I don't fucking get it. But it is what it is. It is what it is. From there, he ends it with the best ending, and I actually had to clip it. Oh wait, no, it is because he know he's he's like, all right. Now go smoke some more crack. If you smell, which I clicked. I cannot wait to send that to like soon as I see a bad tweet. Look, I cannot wait to. I cannot
go home and smoke some crack. If you smell, like you can put that on a bingo card. You would never thought that Rock would. That's a transition to it. If you smell. That's fucking funny.
And another interesting thing about it is that he did "If You Smell," and then he let Roman finish the fucking catchphrase.
Yeah,
with the bloodline is cooking.
Bloodline.
That's good shit. That's just so.
It is good, man. Like it's good.
I'm excited and anxious. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean,
coming from the motherfucker that like I don't like promos. This was a good promo.
I will say
I enjoyed this.
Absolutely
promo.
Too fucking long. It cut into some of the interests of other people. It didn't. It didn't seem like it cut into match time per se, but it definitely like Naomi didn't get a full entrance. Tiffany didn't get a full entrance. There's some other people that didn't get a full entrance. Apparently, it went 10 minutes over. It was 40 minutes ish, about 40 minutes. I dead ass was able to cook tacos and sit down and eat by the time I'm not, that is no hyperbole. I'm not shitting you. I started
to finish.
Yeah, bro, dead ass. I started cooking some taco meat. By the time it was done, like my wife already had her tacos up. Like I was sitting down with my burrito. I was about to start digging. Like
damn, the nigga's still going. It's crazy.
40 minutes. That is fucking wild, bro. But
that's fucking crazy.
But Bloodline usually goes over. Like we should at this point we should know that this happens in Bloodline segments. Is it irritating? Yes. And it's irritating to the to other degrees to where maybe a match gets cut or a woman doesn't get a whole entrance, which we'll get into because it goes into the whole you guys gotta chill. But it's a Bloodline thing. We should be used to this by now, and this is also a little different. This isn't like the Sammy Court, like The Rock and Roman are interacting. This is something that we have been waiting for a while, even though we didn't want the Mania match this year, at least the way that they were trying to do it. It's still a thing, and the fact that The Rock is going to come back in the next 2 weeks. I mean, essentially, we're going to see him pretty much all of March until Mania. That's a big deal. It's a big deal.
It is. It definitely is. It looks like after we get the Bloodline promo, we get an Austin Theory and Grayson Waller segment around backstage.
Yeah, they're watching.
LA Knight pulls up on them. Yeah, they're watching the video, and LA Knight pulls up on him, and he has a chair in his hand. He's like, "Y'all see AJ Styles? I got something to tell him. Yeah. I got something for him."
Yep. And they're like, "All right,
this." Yeah, like this nigga's tripping. All right, yeah, whatever, bro.
Like if I would have been the same. I was like, okay, like nigga, you don't see me watching this video on my phone with my homie.
Do I look like AJ Styles? Like, the fuck, bro? Go find that man.
My hair ain't that long.
They're back to look at the phone at like the elimination chamber of like Randy's finish of Randy getting like punched by Logan Paul. They're sitting there making fun of it, and out of nowhere, Randy approaches from behind them. He's like, "Oh no, play it again." And this by far is probably my favorite Randy promo. This shit was fucking funny. The way he like, he's play it again. Oh, boom! Oh, it's crazy.
He was so excited. He's like, man, yeah. You know what also be funny if I also be funny RKO'd one of you later tonight. Which one is it? It doesn't matter. You guys choose. It was charismatic, funny Randy, which we haven't. I mean, we know he can do this character. He's the legend. Like Randy Orton is a go. He's played this. We haven't seen him funny. I mean, last time we saw him funny was when he was with Riddle, which was legitimately before right as he got injured. So yeah, this is our first time seeing him funny again and just like super expressive. And yeah, it was good shit.
When you bring one of you guys to the ring, I'll rip your head off. I'm like, which one is it? And then Waller fucking throws Theory like under the fucking bus
again.
Man.
And Theory's like, what the fuck, bro? Yeah. And Waller's like, hey man, I'm putting you in good matches, bro. Like, like fuck.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we're getting Theory time. Like, Theory is definitely getting more screen time, even though it is like him getting his fucking ass kicked. But I'm glad I'm seeing Theory and him not being like, put to the wayside.
I mean, he's been getting screen time. he's never not getting screen time.
I need more from Theory, and hopefully we'll get that. But
right, I feel like I feel like it's slowly going to push him into a face again. Like my favorite version of Theory was in the way when he was being goofy and funny, but it wasn't like over the top, and at least in my opinion. Like I said, physique off the charts, moveset amazing. We just need a good character, or just
notice
just a personality.
I didn't know that Theory was the other fucking like disciple with Seth.
At one point,
for some reason, that was like it's blocked from my mind. Like I had looked up like, oh, Austin Theory, and I saw him like he was next to Buddy Matthews and Seth, and I was like, wait, that was Theory? So I completely forgot that.
To be fair, it was only like a 2-week thing. So
okay,
yeah, it was
that makes sense.
It was only because originally it was AOP and Buddy, and then AOP got injured and eventually released, and Theory was part of it because Theory was with Zelina and Andrade, but it was legitimately like 2 to 3 weeks, and then he got sent back to NXT.
Okay, I was like, I did not see that at all.
So then
we get we get your segment. Go ahead.
Yep. Oh yeah. So after that, Naomi versus Tiffany, and it starts off with Naomi already in the ring and Tiffany coming out. She's already on the ramp with her music playing. So all right, and this is when the internet goes berserk because Naomi's treating, or the E's treating Naomi just like how she was. Naomi should go back to TNA because she was undefeated and she was a champion. They're booking her terribly already. She had the shortest time in Elimination Chamber. Fucking, if I'm missing anything, please fill me in or interrupt. But again, you guys have to chill. Naomi is a smart human being. We should trust her. I don't think she signed back to this company to be at the quote-unquote bottom of the barrel again. Point number 2, again, it's WrestleMania season. She came back during the Rumble. Storylines are already in place. Okay. Tiffany is a new up and comer. You can't say that you want this company to build new stars and then be mad when these new stars beat established talent, because you can't build a new star just by beating jobbers every week. At some point, Braun Breaker is going to have to beat an established talent. You can't get mad at who that established talent is per se, just because they're your favorite. It's the wrestling business. It is a TV show. You have to build people up. And if you really care about wrestling, you would notice it wasn't a clean win. Tiffany cheated, you guys. And guess what? It's fine. Guess Naomi's been on TV every fucking week. She's gotten a new song. I don't know. Maybe I said this already, but it's WrestleMania season. Storylines have already been in place, so they probably don't have anything for her just this very second. Calm the fuck down.
I do agree. I will agree that, WrestleMania season is already here. We already have established storylines. I think my perspective of it is I'm fearful of her falling back into that's her same gimmick and whatnot. It's too early to say that. She just got back a month ago. We're not even 6 months in, and you saying this shit. You're literally saying this 3 weeks later. I don't want her to fall back to the wayside. I will say that it would suck to go to a different promo or promotion, do fucking well, become the champion, and then come over to WWE and they don't treat you like that. Still too early to say, but I think that's a terrible fucking look, and also undervalues the other it undervalues the work that this person put in, and also undervalues TNA at the same time. If your TNA champion goes to the WWE and she's not even shit. Once again, that's not the case.
It's not the case at all, because they had a TNA champion during Rumble eliminate a bunch of motherfuckers.
My point being is that they showed TNA some love, so that's not the case. Let the shit just play out. Do I like the fact that her entrance got cut? No, but the fucking promo was supposed to be 40 minutes. Blame The Rock, okay? That's what you need to blame. Bloodline. Don't blame WWE on Naomi, because they're not cutting 40 minutes from Rock. It's not going to happen. Sorry.
But to piggyback off that, blame them kayfabe wise, because I've seen people blame them.
Yeah, it's kayfabe. Yeah,
it's this is why I don't
blame the Bloodline.
This is why I like Stone Cold more than The Rock, because The Rock doesn't take away from talent. The Rock is taking away from all these talent, and it's sometimes,
bro, what
shit happens. He's giving back to the business.
But it's also where the fuck is this shit at when John Cena's on his fucking Super Cena run? He's burying everybody. I didn't say shit then.
Oh no, they did. They said shit. People hated John Cena.
No, I'm saying yeah, you hated John Cena, but it wasn't to the point of where y'all on Twitter fuck John Cena. It's now the man's fucking music hit and everybody fucking love him. Yeah. Point being, let the shit play out, bro. It's okay. Shit happens. Their match was also short. It wasn't a very long match either,
and it was a good match.
And it was a good match. At first I was man, I would rather have kept Naomi strong and wanted to see her get the win. But for storyline purposes, this ties them together. You got Naomi versus fucking Tiff. It's a great fucking bout. I think that's dope. I wouldn't throw Tiffany Stratton to Bianca just yet.
No, you're not gonna. Yeah, no, you're right. And based off of this, because I said last episode or the episode before, I was oh, Bianca and Tiffany is probably the Mania match. Honestly, it's probably Naomi and Tiffany, which is a good Mania match, and Naomi will probably get the win. She'll probably get her comeback win there and then. And then
at Mania.
Yeah, and then will you guys be good, about time? Chill out. She just got back.
Yeah, let them cook, yo. Like I said, if that's not the case, I will come back on here and be completely honest and transparent, because I don't like the way that black wrestlers get treated in the E. I don't like their momentum getting fucking squashed, and it has happened before. If that happens, you will hear me talk about it, because that's how I am. But as of right now, that's not what the case is. Let the shit build, as Wayne would say, the great Weezy F. Let the beat build. All right.
It's one of my favorite. Let it just build. That's one of my favorite Wayne songs, actually.
Yeah, Tiffany wins by pinfall with the prettiest moonsault
after cheating, you guys. So it was not a clean win. Yeah, and
it's heel work.
Yeah, he'll work. And again, we're establishing new talent. For years, the complaint. For years, the complaint is they don't build new stars. They're sitting here building a new star, and then you're getting mad because it's over your favorite, and it goes to the point where it's like, again, you guys don't care about wrestling. You don't care about women's wrestling. You don't care about wrestling. You just care about your favorites. And sometimes your favorites can't win. It's a TV show. It's a soap opera. It's like a soap opera anime. Like, sometimes your favorite is going to fucking lose. I had to watch Seth Rollins lose like 4 WrestleManias in a fucking row. It happens. It's fine. Like, just get over it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we'll figure it out.
Anyway,
everything's gonna be fine.
Just let it play out. Let it play out. Pull out your "let it play out" flag. Wave it. Throw it on the field, and let's look at the tape. And if by SummerSlam she doesn't do anything prominent, I will give you guys 5 minutes of a heroic rant promo. Okay, just chill.
Quote him.
Jeez.
Quote him.
All right.
SummerSlam.
Okay, so
put it there.
Yeah. Okay, so after that, we get another women's match. We get the Kabuki Warriors versus Bailey and Kai, Dakota Kai, and it starts off 2v1. Kai sitting at the ropes. Bailey, Asuka and Cardi are just beating the shit out of Bailey, getting that, beating up the face so that they can get the hot tag, because we have not seen Dakota wrestle since she got injured, which has been about a year and some change, I think. And what happens? Oh, real quick, I did quote, Kabuki Warriors are so in sync, no Fatone. That's an NSYNC bar. Joey Fatone is the best NSYNC member to me. Anyway, Bailey goes for the tag, and what I predicted, or what I thought, I don't want to say predicted, but the way I booked it, it happened. She went for the tag, and Dakota jumped down, and surprise, surprise, Dakota betrays.
Surprise.
Right in your eyes. But Dakota betrays somebody else.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see that coming. We talked about it, but I was like, man, there's no way. And then she did it, and I was like, oh fuck! And it happened so quick. I had looked down on my phone, I was taking notes, and I looked up. She had jumped off the side of the rope. And I'm like, oh,
yep,
you dead ass. Okay, so it really is 4v1.
Yeah, and yeah, apparently she was wearing the same gear that she betrayed Tegan Knox in. I did not confirm that, but if so, that'd
be kind of dope.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
That's a great detail. Yeah, Bailey's a third chick Dakota betrayed, I think. Yeah, it was Raquel, Tegan, and fuck, who is it? Oh, Bailey, I guess.
Bailey. I was like, hey,
yeah. If there's 3, then yeah. Yeah, good shit. And it goes back to the cohesion and the way that the stories are played in this new regime. Bailey is now suffering the consequences of being a heel the last 2 years. She has no friends.
And building it. This is your fault.
Yeah.
Where's Drew at when you need him?
Yeah. Like, no,
this is your fault.
Yeah. You created this faction.
You deserve this.
You created this faction. And you guys bullied every other person. I mean, even before the faction, you and Sasha were bullying people during the pandemic. You've been a heel for like,
it's true.
Yeah, you've been a heel for like 3-4 years, and now you have 0 friends, and you're getting jumped. But kayfabe wise, you're getting jumped by a bunch of foreigners, my nigga. Like, you come on, Pam.
Nah, I need EO to come out Friday and be like, I prayed for this.
Yeah. And they changed the damage control lyrics. They're in Japanese, and apparently because the man, I hate the damage control song so much. But one of the lyrics,
we got the truth, we got the power. I was like, God, damn, bro.
The lyrics, we got the power. Apparently, the new Japanese lyrics is "I took your power," which again, I have not confirmed that, but if that is true, it's a good little touch. Yeah, it's a good detail.
From that match, we see Braun Breaker, backstage coming out for his debut on SmackDown. But before we get to his debut match, we get back commercial Damage Control, laughing, clearly living up the win and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then LA Knight storms past with a chair, and they run into none other.
Oh yeah. Jade.
Wait,
I was.
And they run. Yeah, it's all the same segment. They run. LA Knight goes past, and then they run into none other than the great Jade Cargill, and she's eyeing the gold. She's looking at Io.
And she.
It's also interesting. We haven't seen Jade since Rumble. Like, I thought.
She would be. No, she's been on TV.
Well, I mean, like in ring.
Yeah, in ring. She's still training. Rumble doesn't count because it's a multi-person match and it's a lot of resting and you flipping people over and shit, but they're taking their time with her.
They're milking it for sure.
I wouldn't say they're milking it. I would say they're taking their time and whatever. I'm already going to be perceived how I've been perceived, but no, she didn't get good training in she didn't get good training in AEW, and they're trying to make sure that when they debut her, she is she's crisp and good in the ring. She's not going to they're not going to debut her like how they did Dom, for example, when we were talking about Dominic showing up earlier. They want her to be fucking good. And she's taking her time doing that. But also, they're not letting us forget about her because she still shows up almost.
She's still present.
Yeah, she's still present. Not on a weekly basis, but on a every other weekly basis because she was on last SmackDown.
I'm just saying, she's been signed since September. We're 5 months in. I get that if she needed more time, why not just do the shit in NXT and then bring her up? That way you can at least I could see something because you just want to see a talent wrestle. That's ultimately what this breaks down to, is that I just want to see you get out there and do something. And the best place to that is either live shows like we talked about or NXT. And she probably is doing live shows. She's probably out there wrestling. I don't know.
No,
we'll see. Overall, I just want to see her in the fold. Once again, stories are already made, so there's no rush to get her in. This is just me being fucking selfish. Where the fuck is Jade at?
I mean, deadass, she might do something at Mania. I wouldn't be surprised either way. But there's a reason they're holding her off. And again, it's respectfully because she didn't get that much training at her last job. And they want her to play with the big girls. They're not going to do again what the other job did. They're not going to keep her away from the Brits or the Rosas. They want that's why she already had a face-to-face with a Charlotte and a Becky, and she had the Nia Jax elimination and the EO. They are establishing her. They've already establishing that she is going to tangle with all the top dogs in the women's division for the most part.
Which you don't see. I get that. That's true. She's set up to square away with your main of the mains. She's not being a mid-card woman. She's going to be a main event woman. And so you got to get her up to speed with the rest of the main event women. Yeah. That's fair.
And she'll her first couple of matches will still. I mean, they might still be jobber-ish matches, like what Braun Breaker's doing. But they're trying to get her ready because I think they see the future in her. They just take Bianca Belair for example. When she was before she went to NXT, she was a track star. She had no wrestling experience, and she currently she's one of the greatest wrestlers ever. Jade Cargill, she had no wrestling experience for the most part before going to AEW, and they did build her as a star. They just didn't super capitalize on it, and WWE is trying to super capitalize on it, and they're just taking their time with it. And I do see the frustration with taking their time with it. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt and at least say they're keeping her present so that we don't forget about her.
You're right. That's fair. All right. Yeah. You're right. I'm just being impatient, but we'll see.
Yeah,
this better not leak over past Mania. I mean, if I gotta wait till like Money in the Bank to see Jade Cargill, I'm gonna fucking start a riot.
No, I don't think it'll be that long. I would say at least after Mania. I would be okay if I had to bet right now. I would say her first match is Mania. If we don't get Liv and Nia, because I feel like Liv and Nia is going to be the match, I feel like we get Jade and Nia. But at the same time, actually, I'm gonna retract that because I don't think Jade and Nia would be a good first match for Jade. Because even though Nia is better, she's still kind of dangerous. I don't know. We gotta let it play out.
Okay. We get the Braun Breaker match. It's a squash match. He comes out, does as DT says, the best spear in the game. Over 1, 2, 3.
About an 8-second match.
Get, literally about an 8-second match. Only Cole versus Brock beats that out.
Yeah, that was like 3.25.
We get a vignette for Santos and Legado running Rey Mysterio like out of a LT or LWO or running them down. We cut to break and we get, a promo, or not promo, we get after the break, we get the fucking Carlito versus Santos in like a street fight. This is the second.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's the second street fight this week.
Yeah, so I wasn't tripping last week because I was like, is there 2 street fights? And I thought I was tripping.
No,
but
there was 2.
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk bad about you or nothing, but you got to say it right, bro. You got to Santos Escobar.
Escobar.
I love the way Carlito says that, man. I don't know. Which, he's 45, by the way. I found that out.
Looks great, man.
Yeah, looks good.
Dude is fucking. But the thing is, like, Carlito's around like 03. He was part of the Ruthless Aggression era. Like, he was fucking chewing apples and spitting apples in people's faces and shit. So
yeah,
makes sense.
No, he's part of the Ruthless. I hated him, man. Oh my gosh, I hated that nigga, dude. Bro. I hated him. He was in that. He was a good ass heel. And speaking about
this is it.
What?
Next week's question: top 5 heels.
Okay,
that's it.
All right. Okay. All right, bet. All right. So speaking about apples, okay, because one of the first notes I got is that WWE. I mean, all wrestling crowds, honestly, because it happens in AEW too. When it comes to matches that have weapons, everyone's horny for tables. Everyone's horny for tables.
I can't stand it.
We want table like immediately. Soon as before they soon as a nigga leaves the ring, we want a table. And
he flipped that apron up.
We want
chance start immediately.
And like he pulled the table. Like at first he pulled the table out. He's starting to pull the table out, and then something that I never thought would happen. We started getting "We want apples" chant, and that chant was so loud that he was like, he put the table back. It overpowered. He put the table back, or at least down. Like the apple, "We want apples" chant overpowered the tables chant, which I have never seen a tables chant get overpowered by any other spot that I can think of, or gimmick, prop, or whatever. To the point where he walked to the other side of the ring, he lifted up the fucking thing, and he pulled out a kendo stick or some shit, and he went back in under the ring, and then he pulled out a fucking apple, and then the crowd popped. So it's like, oh, they're popping for fucking Golden Delicious and shit, bro. That's fire, bro. Like,
yeah, that's funny.
And that's why
popping for Granny Smith is hilarious.
That's why I love wrestling. It's the random small shit like that. I don't know. Small tangent, like when Chris Jericho was beefing with Dean Ambrose in like 2016 or whatever. Jericho made the crowd care about a potted plant. Like there was Dean liked this plant, and like fucking Jericho broke it, but it there was so much random story invested in it that like as an audience member, I cared about the fact that he destroyed Dean Ambrose's plant. And it's just small shit like this, like that. Like it was like, bro, you had a sold out crowd in Crackhead, Arizona, going up for apples.
crack.
It was on crack.
Cocaine.
It's a hell of a drug, man.
Call them the Devin Boogers. They out there.
But yeah, he pulls out the apple, and then Santos interrupts it. And this is when we go to the first commercial break. And I did take a note just because I enjoyed, like, because that's good heel work. You know, just like when, you know, when if they ask for the tables, they pull out the table, and then before they can even like set it up, they get attacked. And yeah, he pulls out the apple, he gets attacked. It's like before as the fucking TV's like panning out or whatever, like Santos is holding the apple, and like he gives like this perfect evil anime villain laugh. He's like, "This apple, you guys were going up for this shit? He ain't gonna spit on me with this fucking apple. Fuck y'all." And then yeah, commercial break. And then
and Santos, like I think I said it before, Santos is like somebody I want to see them continue to grow.
Oh
like,
yeah,
Santos is good.
He was okay. So when we made our factions thing, he was my okay. So originally it was going to be Shinsuke, not Andrade, and then I was like, and then I went to Santos, but then I was like, man, I like Santos in this gang already. That's when I chose Andrade. But yeah, no, I'm a huge Santos fan.
Santos is dope.
I like, honestly, I like Santos a little bit more than Andrade, but I like them both a lot. But no, Santos is great. He's a really good in-ring worker. He's a really good fucking talker. He has it. And they're slowly showing the world that he has it. It took a while because he's been on the main roster for like a year now. It's taken a while, but like like he's just now starting to get cooking. And once this feud is over, he can do some other shit. And yeah, but yeah. So yeah, after that, we get a cool ass. There was again a street fight that exceeded expectations. We get an actual. I mean, Santos protected himself as best as possible, but we get the first like headshot with a chair in WWE in like a decade or something, like a really long time. And it looked good, and it was super protected. It wasn't like the Sean Spears Cody shot or any of the old school shots.
I forgot about that shit.
Man, that had a lot of backlash. Just because it was like unprotected and it was from behind, it wasn't from behind, but it was unprotected. But this one was protected. Like you clearly see that he has arms up, like protecting his head or whatever. It was a good shot, and there was another good head chair shot where Santos puts the fucking trash can on. Sorry, Carlito puts the trash can on Santos, and he hits him with the fucking chair like 3 times. And it was fucking hilarious.
Yep, that definitely happened. I was like, oh shit, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah. After that, Legado comes out, and they start getting the upper hand. It starts looking even because LWO comes out too, but it's not enough. Legado already has the upper hand. Then all of a sudden, we get a Ray appearance, our first Ray appearance in a couple months.
And it was like, I remember you saying that he was injured. We talked about it before, and it was like, damn, like to see Ray was kind of cool. Like I miss seeing or hearing his entrance music. Like, so to see him come out, the mask was different kind of mask.
Hated the mask.
Very creepy mask. I hate the mask. Thank you. I didn't know how I was going to say it, but you said it first. So yes, I can finally say I can come clean.
Ugly.
Did not like that mask.
Didn't make any sense.
Don't know what the fuck that was, but didn't like it.
Bunch of bullshit.
He comes out. He hits him with the crutches. He comes out on crutches, and then he makes a full fucking sprint with the crutches. Pops the other two members of Legado, Angel and Humberto, and runs in the ring. Santos ducks him. Carlito hits him with the apple. Backstabber into the 619.
Then a spine buster through a table.
Spine buster through the table. Yeah,
it was.
It was spine buster.
Yeah, it was like a and then and another good ending to a street fight. More weapons than I expected. Man, the H regime, I'm loving it. Are there hiccups? Of course.
Is street fight attire always denim? Like this is jeans? That was like I'm getting a street fight. So you started putting on some jeans. Just between Carlito and New Day, I'm just seeing like y'all just love jeans and cut off shirts. Is that just street? I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking reaching. But
oh man,
I was like, this is very interesting that y'all decide to
damn.
look like lumbermen in street fights.
Well, shit. As far as this week, yeah, that might be the theme. Now I feel like I gotta go back through history and look through all the street fights.
Like everybody's in jeans and a cutoff.
But
like,
to be fair, you know,
like fucking Burt Reynolds movie.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm wearing something that's not. I'm not gonna wear shorts at a street fight, at least. Cause
everybody just like Chuck Norris.
Hey, yeah, you know.
They get back from commercial break, and we get a good, not rare appearance, we get appearance from New Catch Republic.
Yeah,
and they're talking to Nick Aldis about the tag team title shot at WrestleMania. He said, whoa, I don't know about no tag team match at WrestleMania, which there should be a tag team match at WrestleMania. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah. But he was just talking about a rematch, and I feel it because they was like, yeah, can we do this at Mania? And he's like, hold on, big dog, hey, maybe, come on now, hey, maybe next week, but no, he states that him and Adam Pearce have been talking about the tag team titles, and they're gonna make they're gonna make an announcement soon. So hopefully, this is what it's speculated.
Split the belts.
Yes, boy. Because I have two very pretty men who really deserve those titles, and I'm talking about Pretty Deadly.
Oh, yes, boy.
Yes, please split them shits up. We need that. That needs to happen. Honestly, you split them up, you crown a new champion at one of the nights at Mania. Well, you crown two new tag team champions, because I'm assuming, or
how would you do that? You do like a double ladder match? You just hang both of the belts up?
No, I would either split them up, or I just create a new fucking title, just like what they did with the women's, like how they did the women's with the Raw and SmackDown title and fucking the Seth Rollins, like when they combined Roman's titles, just I don't know, make one set the undisputed tag team titles and make one the world heavyweight titles, and then
world tag team title. Yeah, we can do that. I can see that.
You give Judgment Day the undisputed tag team titles, just like what you did with Roman, and then you give SmackDown fucking world heavyweight tag team titles, and you have a tournament or something for it, a gauntlet match or something. I don't know.
Fair. Okay. From there we return to the show.
Wait, after that talk.
Oh no. Aldis.
Yeah, Aldis, like
he runs the LA Knight.
He runs into LA Knight, which there's some history with that between Impact and NWA, and this is shout out to Knight and anyone else who can do this or has done this. But like how we were talking about how the segment went over earlier, you have to make, when moments like that happens, you have to make the best out of all the time that you get. And LA Knight, during the Theory Waller part and during this part, he took every second he had and he capitalized on it, and it made it good. Like, even though he probably only had maybe 2 minutes of screen time tops throughout the entire show, he made those 2 minutes fucking count and made it worth something. So yeah, Aldis and Knight, they have a moment. He's like looking for AJ, and Knight's like, "Hey man, you ain't gonna stop me. No one's gonna stop me." And Aldis is like, "Is that right? Or is that so?" He says something like, he sets up the He says something. He says something so perfectly that sets up LA Knight to say yeah, and it was really good. And it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah, no pun intended. I think it sets up like I don't know if they announced AJ versus LA Knight next week, but and I hope they don't. I hope that's also a Mania match. Like, I think that'd be fucking dope too.
They did not.
Like, you have two nights. you can definitely set this up for Mania. Like LA Knight versus AJ Styles should be a Mania match. From there we get the Kevin Owens makes his way to the entrance to join the commentary booth for the main event. Mm-hmm. And then we go to break. We come back from break, and it's Austin Theory versus Randy Orton. The notes I had for this match was Theory's really good at selling. Mm-hmm. The man sells his ass off.
Great seller.
And he has really good fucking spots. Like, he has spots that, like, both offensive spots where he's doing moves and both when he's receiving moves. Like, they're just really good fucking moments.
And he's very self-aware because there's this one.
Yeah.
There's that one moment.
That's what
I'm sure that you have it written down. But yeah, the internet was going crazy. And it was it was the moment where it looked like Randy was going to go for the superplex. And he slipped. Randy slipped. And the way that Austin recovered it, it looked like he went for a blockbuster, but the way that they sold it was that Austin still took the damage, and yeah, Randy was like, he didn't even fall down. He was standing up, which is good, smart for him because he's not taking another back bump. And there was one part of the community that was like giving Randy all the credit because you know how much people hate Austin Theory, but no, like that. Like, if you rewatch that, Austin Theory is the one that saved that moment. He completely improvised. Randy was slipping, and Austin just jumped, and it looked like a blockbuster, but no, like, they just improvised that part. But that was Austin that saved that shit, and that could have went bad. That could have easily went bad. And yeah, we got to give Theory.
You put your shit on the line for it.
Yeah, and we got to.
Like, you'll put yourself.
Yeah, we gotta give Theory credit because, like, yeah, there's people like, oh man, Randy's just the GOAT. He's really a legend. It's like, if you watch it, it's Austin that saves that entire fucking thing.
Yep.
Cut and dry. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Just really good work. Like I say, I've already said positive things about fucking Theory. We already know how I feel about the guy. There was a moment where Randy hits his power slam. He gets a back. They give him a back suplex into the commentary desk, where Theory gives Randy the suplex into the. Yeah, it was Theory into the commentary desk, which is fucking dope. And then I think there's a Waller spot too.
Yeah. Randy. Well, Randy slams Theory onto the desk for sure, Theory, and then the crowd's like one more time, and then Randy does it to
he gets
Waller.
Theory. He gets Waller. Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
And then Kevin Owens is loving it. He's laughing, and Kevin Owens is really good on commentary.
Yeah.
If when he ever retires, I hope he goes into commentary personally. When he retires, he's really good at it. Like, he's actually super entertaining. But yeah, there's not too many other spots that I can remember. Other than that,
the Rolling Thunder spot where the finish of the match was where Theory rolls into the ring, pops up, and Randy hits him with the RKO. Like,
amazing selling,
just dope selling, dope setup. Yeah. Like, Theory definitely looks forward to selling shit. That's his fucking shit. I think he sold a stunner that was kind of crazy.
Yeah,
from Kevin Owens too.
Yeah, he does another sell literally like fucking 3 minutes after the RKO sell, where he does a crazy sell for the stunner, and then Waller does a good sell for RKO too. And honestly, if you think about it, okay, like, we've been watching wrestling since kids, whether it was on and off or not. We've been watching wrestling. If we were wrestlers and we're fighting some of our favorite growing up, I'm gonna sell the fuck out of it. I can't. Please RKO me. Like, we'll go back to episode 4. Step on me. I will sell the fuck out of that RKO. Give it, like, yes. Like, so if I'm fighting one of, like, because you have to imagine, like, Theory watched Randy his whole life probably, you know. So you have the chance to wrestle. Right. You have the chance to wrestle an idol or, you know, a childhood hero like Cena or whatever the fuck or whatever it is, and then, like, yeah. So like, if I'm gonna sell the shit out of that move. If
you've practiced selling that move,
yeah, you practice selling that move.
You definitely did that with the brothers or cousins, where you just sell it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
You've definitely thought about that.
Yeah, who hasn't sold a random stunner to a friend or something and did it and did exactly like how The Rock did it, like over exaggerate, like
over exaggerated, flipping up and shit.
Yeah, do the Chris Brown stomp the yard flip
in the wall.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we get this Theory comes out. He tries to. They try to jump Randy. KO helps, and that's what sets up the RKO versus Waller. So, and essentially it looks like RKO KO might be a team, or at least on a good page, which is what I was going to allude to, or which is what I alluded to earlier, which is if they do want to do the multi-man US, you have 5 people right there between the Waller, Theory, KO, Randy, and Logan. If they wanted to play that way.
I forgot about KO because KO was going crazy at Logan during Elimination Chamber, so you can't take him out of it. He's already invested in the story too.
Yeah, he's been beefing with Logan this whole time.
Yeah, so you got KO, Randy, and Logan right now, and potentially one more. Yeah, you might be onto something. I see it.
And if they wanted to, they could still include fucking Knight and Styles if they wanted to. But as of right now, I mean, again, they can. It's one of those things. It's one of those moments where they could go either way. It could be a 1v1 with Logan and Randy. They could make it a triple, add KO. They could make it a 4-way, add Waller or Theory, or even add AJ or Logan or
at
Knight.
Minimum right now, we know there's 3.
Yeah,
so we know for a fact it's triple threat setup.
At least I feel like at least.
Mania does love a good triple threat. Where the fuck is Sheamus at? Go ahead, throw Sheamus.
Man, he's been tweeting a lot. I don't know. He really wants this Gunther match, which I understand because the IC title is the only title he's never won, and he is good friends with Triple H. So I expect him to win the IC title at some point before he retires. But yeah, ever since he's been gone, he tweets like once a week, taking a shot at somebody, usually Gunther, trying to get this
banger after banger after banger. Give that man what he wants. Yeah, throw him in there.
And it's as cool as it is to hate him sometimes, he does put on fucking good matches.
Great matches.
Yeah.
Him and I think at the time we didn't fully give them credit while they were together, but the Bar was a good team.
Hey, I don't know about we, brother. I love
that's
them.
Crazy.
I love the Bar. Like that. That's
okay. I was going somewhere else.
No. That's when I became a Sheamus fan.
Okay. The
Bar. Yeah, they were so hot that Ford stole their fucking promo, and I don't know how that didn't end up in a lawsuit. But it's like, we don't just set the bar; we are the bar. Whatever the fuck it was.
We are the bar.
Yeah, Ford literally took that word bar for bar. No pun. It's like, this truck doesn't just set the bar; it is the bar. They dead ass stole it, and I don't know how that never became a lawsuit. Maybe they never copyrighted it. I don't know, but that shit was wild.
Them boys was doing Sheamus doing the fucking arm shots to the chest while old boy getting spun in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I took them for granted. My bad, y'all. My bad.
But yeah, those were the shows.
With that being said, that was it. We're episode 6 now. You made it this far, man. You one of the real ones. Shout out to everybody watching. Once again, shout out to YouTube. Y'all keep running the fucking numbers up. I see it all the time. Google Podcasts doing this thing. Spotify is always doing this thing as usual. Thank y'all for listening. This has been episode 6.
Thank you.
Entitled, actually, we're gonna call this one Fenny Jenny will be the title of this one.
So, you got to listen to at least 2.5 hours to understand the joke.
You do. You made it this far. You deserve to know that this episode will be called Fenny Jenny. I love it. And with that being said, we're gonna get out of here. My name is Jay.
Hero.
This is my guy. And we're out of here.
Yes, boy.
Peace.
Too sweet.